Well, just like that, we've begun recording session 38. Welcome. We're in a cave. Let's see. Blopotop almost got eaten, but didn't because he cast freaking daylight and made the worm poop his pants and run away.
Daylight.
And we circled back over here, and now we're over a giant pit of water. So, hooray! What are we doing?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we had the bombshell that some people are still alive.
You did
Not
just
kind of.
catch sending to Cagliari and Malakai's dad. And Malakai was told, yeah, your dad is dead, but that was a little present for Christmas. And then,
Cagliari, she picked up.
yeah, that was the awkward part.
Wait, what happened?
You
Talking about
talked
what
to your
happened
dad, Cagliari, yeah.
Oh,
Undead Cagliari.
Speak to death.
Fun dead.
She was dead, now she's undead.
but yeah, I think you had clarified that his dad was dead, though.
I did.
Yeah, okay.
But now we are here. So, what are we doing? Do we have a plan?
I think we're going to leave and like scout things out. I think.
Yeah, we can't get through that wall without causing a ton of noise. That's where
Yeah,
we're gonna go.
I think we did the two options where break down the wall or like swim into death water.
Mm-hmm.
It appears that those are your options.
Well, do you think we could take the creature that's in the water?
Would that even help us though?
I was just wondering, what if there were something in the water or underwater that could help us?
Bobbletup, did you clarify that when you cast daylight, the thing ran away?
No.
Okay, well, that's it. And that information lives or dies with you. I can't help you. I mean, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, but yeah.
That thing was
No,
pretty tough.
Because he cast daylight and we were like, we saw the sun underwater.
That is
He did
true.
walk out of the water full of daylight,
Yeah.
but he
He
didn't
didn't
specify
specify.
that caused
Yeah.
it to run away.
Yep.
I said, I'm sorry, what?
Okay.
We're talking kind of out of game because what actually happened in game is that John cast daylight with Blobblotop and then the thing ran away. But that hasn't been communicated to anyone.
That thing was like huge. That thing could have eaten me. I only got away because I scared it off.
It's been communicated.
So, but do you think that if somehow we were to find it, we could take it down? Of course, barring, should we even? Is it worth our time and energy? Is a question.
Do you guys even fight underwater? Like, do your spells work underwater?
It's a good question, Mega Man.
Well, I think, assuming you take a deep breath and then you say one spell, you should be able to release it.
Not if it requires a verbal component.
Yeah, you just go like, whoa, 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 and then you explode because he said the wrong spell.
Yeah.
Oh no, he accidentally said the Claymore spell.
Yes, the
Hey,
forbidden claim.
yikes.
So I have a question, and I've been sort of wondering, how far are we from Lucine proper?
Malik told you that like 4 times.
I'm sorry?
Malik told you that like 4 times.
It's shorter as the crow flies than it is to actually go there because the path is winding.
3 miles. In the air, straight shot.
It's more me wondering, could we... I mean, it would be like walking straight into the enemy's lair, but I almost feel like if we were to get into Lucine, at least around where the prison is, I don't know, just sort of see what... I believe you had mentioned this before, Vespa, maybe if there were any deliveries or any routines we had that we could find some way to make the best use of.
Well, we're right below the asylum right now. So we could I don't know. I don't know if going to the city would actually help us.
No, you're probably right. I was just wondering. And we've already utilized all of our people who might have information on the inside.
I mean, I maybe have some like corporate contacts, but they're not gonna be able to tell us much.
Hmm. I just wonder if there's a single person who's working in the Lucine Asylum who might be still loyal to the old king and to the old ways and might be willing to share some information. In the meantime, what do you suppose we should do?
Well, to be honest, from what I understand, we're just trying to get in somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Quietly, right?
Yes.
It's
And
the
our primary objective is to rescue the prince.
why are our only like choices of entry through this cave or like through the front door? Like, is there really no other like entrance?
Imagine if they're really locked down.
Trevor, can I make the floating diagram of the
Sure.
yeah, and kind of just I don't
It's
remember
like a
all the
Tony
said,
Stark Marvel hologram over here.
yeah, and I just kind of point out all the places where here is heavily defended, here is heavily defended. So these have been and I kind of just point the places where we know for sure we might be able to enter.
And we know for sure that this cave system in particular leads to where we want to go.
Yes. Yeah, the wall.
Yeah.
The wall was the bottom of the pit. Our plan was to get in there and get up, but
Yeah, especially Julia's husband's drawings help with that a lot as well.
I know it was possible at one point, but if that wall was sealed, then I'm not certain.
what if our... No, that's not gonna work.
What?
Just, I'm trying to think, like, our magic users are both conspicuous. I mean, if we could have gotten one of them interred, then they could have broken out with their magic, but...
Well, why can't we break in with magic?
Well, I mean, that's an option, but we were trying to be quiet about things.
Can't you cast spells to make things quiet?
That's a
We
question
all
for
open
them.
up our spell list.
I know. You know, I am able to make someone invisible for an hour. It won't do anything about sound, but that might help
Huh.
with something.
Curious.
So what if? Sorry.
As the DM, I'm just saying, if only we had a sneaky detective man that, I don't know.
I mean, technically, he is here.
He is. I just don't want to make. I hate making decisions for Nick.
I'm quite stealthy.
Yeah, that was gonna be my second pick.
There's also whatever is stopping your messages from reaching them. If that's an anti-magic field,
Yeah.
then we'd be walking right into, you know, suddenly we wouldn't be invisible anymore.
Hmm.
Is that how that would work? Or like
It
if
is.
somebody's
Yeah. It would
It's-
still you would still be affected by the spell, but it would basically be once you stepped into the field, you would become visible. If you stepped back out, the spell would kick back in
Oh, is that how it works?
if it still had duration left.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I didn't actually know that. I thought it was like a hard stop.
No, no.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still, if you
Yeah, it's
cast
still tough.
an hour of invisibility and then 1 minute later walk into an anti-magic field and then 57 minutes later walk out, you still only have a minute left. Like the duration keeps ticking, but it will kick back in.
As long as the caster kept concentration, yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah.
Well, if we're not gonna dig, who's gonna swim? Because it ain't gonna be me.
Wait, was Bloppletop able to breathe underwater?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, it's definitely worn off by now. I can do that like once a day or something.
Okay. Because I was wondering if I was able to make him invisible, then perhaps he could just go down there and see if there's anything helpful. I don't know if there's some waterway that connects inside.
Out of character, there is a spell that could be worth a try, but I don't know it. Like I know it, but I don't have it.
What's the spell?
Is it not?
Stone shape?
What is it?
Stone shape.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't know that.
I'll just let you decide.
Yeah, I've got shape water, but I've not got mold earth. And I don't think it works on walls. It's more like loose dirt.
I mean, if we have the time, we could take it slow. We don't need to blow through the wall. We could,
That is an excellent suggestion as well.
take out a brick at a time. But if the wall is super thick, that would take a while.
Yeah.
And
I also in my list here I have silence.
Wow.
that's pretty good.
Well,
I am a dwarf, and I do have a pickaxe.
yeah. Well,
If he casts silence and then we blow up the wall, nobody would hear it.
We don't
Well-
really have anything fantastic to blow it up, though. do
Right.
but even if we were pickaxing it, there would be no sound.
we? Yes.
Can any of you like turn into like a bug or a rat or something, or can you teleport? Could we make like a single hole, like a small hole, and then just go? One of you could go through that.
I'm not at a high enough level to use. Well, I do have misstep, but I won't be able to be small. No. As long as I could see through the wall, I could get over. If there's no magic interfering. But that would probably be it.
Yeah. Still only getting one person in.
Of course, I would have to also take 10 minutes to. If I made myself invisible before I went, that might be better.
Okay, funny man. How long does this quiet spell really last?
Good question.
If I had it,
Oh.
it would be up to Trevor if we would like take a break and let him manifest it.
Like a lot.
We can
It's-
take a long
You
rest.
would call out to Lip Blopple. What even is his name?
Up.
I mean, I think it was Bungie King whatever. Like more was added to his name.
Yeah.
You should message one of the Kuatoa and be like, "Whoa,
You think
this
I
guy can cast silence."
Yeah, his name is Gungi Bomb King Blip Bloppletub the Destroyer.
Jesus.
Silence lasts up to 10 minutes, and I can recast it after that, of course. One action plus 10 minutes is what it says.
Okay. So, do we need to get in there by when? By when do we need to be?
So the last thing that my mother told me was that the king, he's sort of shoring up his defenses. he seems to be more focused on protecting himself. He seems to be expecting an all-out assault on himself. I don't think he's expecting us in the castle, in the asylum. So I think we have, I don't want to be too optimistic, but we have more time than, it's not as pressing as we may
It's, it's not a factor of hours.
Right.
We sort of have ticking clocks where it's like, we can't spend a month here.
No.
But we could take some time.
Well, then perhaps we go and attempt to find a alchemist.
How do we know that Artmore patrols in these caves? Killed one of them. What happens when he doesn't report?
Oh shit.
Well, how long has it been since we killed him?
A few hours?
If that. Yeah.
Does
We
he
don't have
report?
too much longer. Okay, you guys are gonna actually have to give me a second because I don't have my thing up because I'm not in my room.
It's a fair,
You're in like a computer lab.
you've made a fair point, Junior.
I am.
What if we are able to make it look like a creature attacked and killed him, and less of an attack by people?
Yeah, but like all the dragon things are dead. Well, we did already toss him in the water.
Yes.
He fell, but
Well,
he
if
was
they
gonna go
think-
there anyway. I mean,
if they think there's a big old monster down here, they might send like a kill squad.
And with that, we could have uniforms if we took them down. Just thinking.
Uh, uh, hmm.
Really a 2 a.m. power hour.
Oh, so can we decide to take a long rest and just discuss while we long rest? Or?
You can discuss for 2 hours during your long rest, yes.
Yeah, no, that's what I
Like,
mean.
this
Yeah.
can be part of your long rest. Like, you guys just set up shop and just talk. You only need 6 hours of sleep.
Okay, but do we want to take like a long rest?
Or do we want to do it here at all?
maybe not near the.
The stinky water pit.
Well, no, the patrol was a good point.
Yes.
If he doesn't return, they may sweep the caves. So if we're going to stay,
What would be a good
For-
place? What would be a more secure place to hide?
I don't know.
If
we
we
get
go
back?
out, if we go out of the cave here,
How did that guy even get up there?
Get up where?
The guy we killed was up like a stone climb.
That's like a staircase thing. You guys went up it.
No, I mean it's the where we had to use the rope to ascend.
Oh, that's for me to know. You guys
So Trevor
didn't...
doesn't know. He didn't
No,
think of it.
do you actually want the real answer? Because you could probably derive it. It doesn't take a genius. The drakes
Maybe
climb
magic?
walls.
Did
They
he ride
climb everything. Yeah, he's a beast master. Yeah, the drakes climb walls and are amphibious.
Wow.
So they can go through every section of this cave effortlessly.
Oh fuck. Okay, yeah. So I don't think we're getting through this wall. Okay,
Mhm.
because it's more than my tremor sense can tell, and that means it's like 5 feet deep.
I forgot how we figured that out, but yeah.
Yeah, that is how it worked.
And I don't think I can get through 5 feet of rock even with a pickaxe. In 10 minutes, that is.
And certainly not quite.
Well, you could go 10 minutes and then take a break while he casts it again. How many times can you cast it?
What silence?
Well, thank you, Windows
what-
Defender.
That's 3 times.
Yo, yikes.
It's a second level spell and only a 3-second level slots.
Yeah, that's.
You could upcast it as long as we took a long rest after, right?
30 minutes to get through 5 feet of wall? Maybe.
So potentially, if we were able to dig through a little bit, and then I just wouldn't want us to take another rest in between.
We would have to just power through at that point.
Yeah, but our medic would be
Mm-hmm.
low on spells.
Agreed.
Yep. Yep.
If you
I
know
mean, what's
since we're
our
talking
like
spells.
our other choice is the water.
Are these good, Trevor? Do you want me to swap some of these out? I just kind of picked some.
Probably fine, honestly. You kind of have knowledge that surpasses logic, so frankly, if you have it, like, whatever. I'm updating Blip Bloppletup's name because some time has passed. The tail has grown, even though it's only been like what, 2 weeks. Lungi Bomba
Cool,
King
tell her
Blip
we're busy.
Bloppletup Tools Tapolip the Destroyer.
Oh, jeez.
Blip Bloppletup Tool Tapolip the Destroyer.
I had a character concept where their name was like 25 words long, because they came from a like a tribe that valued titles to ridiculous degrees, so she just
Yep.
got titles.
Nick has an essay to write. He's not gonna make it.
What a coward.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
And that was it.
I guess
At this rate, we're not gonna finish tonight anyway. But you guys do need to figure out what you're gonna do.
do they don't reckon they have visitor hours, do you?
It's a good question.
I just feel like we should do more recon.
What the fuck else can we do? Like, literally, our only options
I
are the
mean,
wall and the
maybe
water.
maybe there's a a worker who props the back door open while they go take their break or something.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, if there's someone in there who's like a defector, but I don't know how do you even know this person. I
Maybe
can't-
they have an open air courtyard where they don't monitor the patient, so we can just go above and grab one.
While they're doing this, can I like whisper in Bloppletup's ear?
Mhm.
Just try and like, hey buddy, you should just go underwater and see what's like. Just go and do.
If
see
we go
what you
under there,
can
that
do.
fish.
Yeah, but you chased it off, didn't you?
I don't know if I can do that again. No, wait, actually, hold on. Can I even do that again?
Nothing else is gonna happen if
Doesn't
you
it
don't.
last like an hour? 'Cause you probably still have crab hands.
It's been less than an hour.
Yeah, maybe it's getting close at this point. What's the what did I give you? I just gave you crab claws and water
Breathe
breathing.
underwater, crab claws. I can grapple with the claws, and that's all you told me.
Do that whenever you want. That's not good enough to be a once a day thing. Yeah, just do it whenever.
Oh, and also they
fish people declare it.
I have written down they do
Like a
hit
D6 or something.
1d6. What's the 4 for?
+4 to hit, I'm guessing.
Yeah, +4 to hit, 1d6 +1.
Yeah. Which is, again, whatever.
Well, if that's the case, I start preparing the ritual spell to turn him invisible if necessary. So if you do encounter it, you may be able to just go straight past it.
That's a good idea.
Oh boy. I guess I can take another look down there.
All right. Oof.
Good luck.
So,
Well.
I have the spell ready 10 minutes later.
All right. 10 minutes of gearing up and mental preparation, and Bloppletup is gonna go down into the depths.
Hyping me up.
A wayward soldier. All right.
Splish
Dang.
splash.
Hold
Something
on.
like that.
Wait, can I even cast Dilate again? How does Celestial Legacy work? Where do we even see that?
You're
Features and traits, racial.
Have you added silence to your spell list? Did you like swap it out, or can you only do that
I
during a
haven't
long
yet.
rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it lets me do it, but...
Right. You want to try it? As in, like, you know, do a little religion check for me?
Doodle it, doodle it, doodle it.
So you want to do that while I do like
18.
10 minutes of
18. All right. What's your prayer to oh, crap. Let me read the new name. Hold on.
No, let me read it.
Okay.
Dear Mr. Gungi Bumba King Blablopple Tolta... Hold on. Toltopalip.
Toltopalip.
Toltopalip. Dear Mr. Gungi... Nothing like... You can't, like, say it fast unless you really know it.
Yeah.
Dear Mr. Gungi Bumba King Blablopple Tolta Tip the Destroyer... whatever. If you could, like, help me out somehow. These guys keep wanting me to go down there and fight this big giant fish, and that's really scary. I don't know. And then we still gotta get through that wall. That kind of sucks. But if I could, like, do something about it and really impress them, that'd be awesome. That would look so cool.
Just don't be a bitch.
All right. You begin to have a vision. It begins in the darkness.
In MS Paint.
In MS Paint. And then all of a sudden, you start to see a figure. A shadowy wisp of a figure.
It's him.
It's him. It's the freaking crab. He's got big claws like this. I don't know how crabs look. Something like this. I don't know. But then he's
Close
got these big legs. And he's looking down on you with these big glowing eyes. And in his claw, in his right claw, is a giant butcher knife.
Blunt. Oh,
On his head, a massive crown. Hold on, I need a smaller paintbrush. I don't like this brush. Do this one. On his head, crown. This is truly a king. He looked down upon you.
Crab with a knife before.
That is the goal. That is the reference. So yes, he looks down upon you, with a smile upon his face. And I gotta draw you now to scale. You're a very small man in this image.
is he considered a man?
Something like that. He is a humanoid. Alright, hold on.
He's a grebe.
This is important for the
He's like a
scale.
skyscraper.
Yes.
What's a skyscraper? This is D&D.
This is you. This is the giant crab looking down upon you in the depths of the ocean. But he smiles upon you favorably. For Bloppletup, whatever his name is a gracious god. He grants your wish and bestowed upon you.
Why does he have, like, Seth MacFarlane mouth?
Bestowed upon you by Bloppletup, destroyer of worlds, is the great power which you seek. You can swap your spells.
Oh, what do I swap out?
I don't know.
Oh, let's see. What do I not need? Who needs Revivify, honestly?
Should make him have like the actual terrifying crab jaw.
Anyone who needs prayer of healing, get that out of here.
There he is.
Yes,
Yeah.
Greatest
actually-
man.
the incredible pube mouth.
What? No, it's the crab thing. You see crab mouths, they look weird. Like ants.
I don't know if you've ever seen a crab mouth.
I was gonna.
Where is silence? There it is. Prepare.
Cool top.
Ah,
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was streaming Paint. Let me switch streams now. There you go.
Boy, vey.
Alright, come on, fella. Hurry it up.
You having
What is
trouble?
happening?
This is
Get in.
happening during the 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's gonna be really funny where after all that he's like, oh, I actually don't have it. It's definitely
Oh, guys.
there.
I just got a vision from Bluffletop. He's giving me a spell. You know, Bluffletop. You know, big guy, red, claws.
Never met him.
Whatever. I guess I'm ready to go in the water now.
Alright. Descend
How long
into
does
the
that
depths.
invisibility last, Malachi?
Invisibility lasts for an hour.
Oh, hit me up.
So you're gonna be invisible for an hour, and you're gonna be able to cast silence. So, yeah, have fun. All
I'm
right,
now invisible. I enter the water with my
you
crab claws.
enter the water in your crab form. Where are you
Boy.
going?
I like how I get crab claws as if that should help me swim better.
Yeah, you're still humanoid in every other way. You just got
You're
these
like a
big
pistol
medium
shrimp,
hands.
you're just shooting it behind you and blasting off.
Invisibility with silence definitely sounds like a terrifying combo for like an assassin.
It's so good that I'm not gonna make him roll for stealth. It's just unless he bumps into someone or he runs into an anti-magic field. Like that's it. All right, where you headed, buddy?
Down the hole where the thing originally came from.
Damn,
That
what
was
a
a terrifying
brave
amount
boy.
of foreshadowing.
All right.
Question: would I have to attune to the goggles of night?
Are you wearing them?
No,
I
I've just
don't-
been holding them in my backpack.
I don't
You
know.
have dark vision, don't you?
I do, but that would make it better.
I don't think you would have to. Attuning to goggles, like, no, that's dumb. It's annoying. So the answer is no, because that's annoying.
I'm gonna slip those on as my diving goggles.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't think they require attunement.
All right. Well, you wander into the zoomed area where the beast was, and you do in fact see the serpent coiled up in a ball near the bottom. So I'm assuming you're avoiding him.
Yeah, I'm gonna swim around to the other edge.
Very well. Very well.
Poke 'em.
It
Does this lead anywhere?
seems, yes, there actually is a path, a tunnel down to the right, but there's also a ledge below you, as in like south of you.
I'm gonna check out that ledge
All right, are you exiting the water?
as carefully as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you cast silence yet?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. All right, you did see the serpent sort of crane its neck, and sort of writhe around a little bit, but it didn't see anything, so it just went back to its original position. All right, well, you are on a ledge. It appears to be just a dead end, but is a brief respite from being underwater. This would be a good place to catch your breath.
Thing is, that thing stirred after I did something. I'm gonna cast silence.
Okay. Cast
That's,
silence.
10 minutes with concentration.
10 minutes with concentration. All right.
20-foot sphere around. Can it follow me?
I don't think so.
I make a sphere of it.
Oh, silence doesn't follow you.
Oh.
Then you are gonna need to roll stealth. Not for this, because 20 foot will get you to the tunnel. But just hold on. I'm gonna actually make it a real tunnel now that it has been discovered. Alright. Now,
I'm supposed to cast it between me and the tunnel.
you do so. The serpent
Stealth.
still stirs, and it
Ew.
is attempting to locate you. Make a stealth check.
Oh, I'm great at those. 6.
And the serpent is meandering its way over to the tunnel.
And, carefully get out of its way backwards.
Like over here, right.
Float back.
Serpent heads into the tunnel. Coils back, slips out. It is disturbed.
No me gusta. Yeah, I'll go to the tunnel again.
Okay. Make your way through
Bubbletop
the
is now
tunnel.
dead.
That was actually Celestial he spoke in.
Seems that the serpent may be following you.
I don't like that.
Serpent's following you. You're swimming as fast as you can. The serpent seems to be following your scent as you can't think of anything else. But you make your way to a bank. Yes. You make your way to a bank. You are able to
Underwater?
exit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so.
that is how that works. As you exit, the serpent coils around the water, but eventually turns back into its lair.
How much time do you think has elapsed?
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh, so you did all of that traveling real fast. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably more like
colony.
5 minutes in total, but say 5 minutes. Oh, what's in here?
It was more so I want to know how long he has with my
Invisibility. Yeah, I think silence is done anyway because that was cast. This is the bottom of the pit that you were looking at. The ledge is above you. The ledge that you were looking at over this lake that everyone was probably a water table. Here it is. And it looks like there may be a tunnel underneath the water leading north.
I figured.
I'll head towards that tunnel.
Bubbletop enters the water and heads toward the tunnel. Roll for me another stealth.
What? 11.
11 it is.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
I'm forgetting to roll these with disadvantage.
You're underwater.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different.
Oh my
Disadvantage.
god.
Wait, disadvantage?
I always
Use
get
heavy
disadvantage on
armor.
stealth rolls.
I'm not
Oh, well,
lying. He's underwater.
He's also invisible, right?
I was gonna say, could that cancel out?
I'm underwater. I'm all floaty, I guess.
Or you might
yeah.
be just walking on the bottom of the
It
ground.
is officially time for this layer to be hidden because you have now discovered everything in this cave system. Congrats.
Wow.
Alright, Bloppletup, you make your way down the tunnel.
My name isn't Bloppletup.
Excuse me, Bloppletup. I've said the name of the sacred crab god so many times. You get to the end of the tunnel, and it opens up into a massive lake. And you can see there are struts in the ground with this dark purple stone. Appears to be a wide square basin. And you are deep underwater at the bottom of whatever this lake is. The water stretches out very, very far past the edge of your dark vision, which I believe is 120 feet.
Yeah.
So you cannot quite see the bank, though you can see that it slopes up, and the bank is likely not far off. There is a case where you can see the bank behind you, but in front of you it is the corners of this tower.
I'm gonna investigate these weird strut things.
All right, well, roll for me an investigation.
20. Dirty 20.
Okay. This cave is not a natural formation. Yes, these are supporting pillars for what is presumably a very large structure. They're thick pillars. There are arches between them. And as you swim underneath them, you see not only is this a massive structure that's on these like giant stone stilts, but there is what appears to be a hole in the bottom floor, shall we say, of whatever this structure is.
A hole, you say?
A square hole.
Let's
A
swim up to it.
perfectly square hole in the center. You swim up to the square hole, and lo and behold, will you emerge from the water?
Is it bright above it?
There is
see.
light. You can
Mhm.
see.
Yeah, I'll carefully, slowly poke my head up.
Out of the water?
Can I see anything from just under the water?
You can. So you can see when you're 3 or 4 feet below the water. It's just a little bit difficult, but it appears that there's torchlight above the surface.
Yeah, I'll poke my head up real quick.
Congrats, buddy. All right, actually, I think this is the wrong floor. Here it is.
Spoilers.
It is spoilers. Now, looking around, there's some dim torchlight around the walls. This is a little much. Get out of here. I'm gonna switch, because now you're kind of in it. So,
walking here.
if you want the music, then the bard.
Cyber slacker.
Yeah. This is the asylum. Clearly, it couldn't be anything else. Perhaps an underground section, an underwater section. Looking above you is a tower. This is a grand tower that is at least 200 feet tall. The ceilings are massive. It looks like there's at least like 3 floors spread between them. There's no access to the upper level that you can actually see from this point. This is a pit. There are cobblestone walls around you that are about 4 or 5 feet tall. It would be difficult to climb out of the water here, but it's theoretically possible, but not really an easy feat. The walls make it difficult to see anything that's on what's behind them. You can tell that there's some kind of floor here or something, but what you actually see is further above, where you can look and see jail cells ringing the entire outer wall, as well as what appears to be a spiral staircase in the opening, and then 4 wooden doors that all open up into this pit.
Interesting.
And that continues to the next floor as well, and the next floor, all completely mirrored.
There's just a bunch of doors opening up into this pit.
Yes. And it's
The
you can
pit.
see on the second floor, yes, on the second floor, the metal doors of cells are lining the outer walls. And the wooden doors line some sort of inner wall. At least I believe that's accurate. I'm trying to think. Maybe you only see... You might actually only see the wooden doors. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Wouldn't have the angle to see the...
Yeah, I don't think so. Because this is like a solid structure that would block your view, I believe. I'm trying to get it in my head. I'm pretty sure that is correct. So I think you do just see... You don't see any cells. You just see wooden doors in the whole of this spire opening up to the pit.
Alright, I'm gonna head back down. Go back.
Alright. Very well. You going all the way back?
Yeah.
This is
Oh, okay. I'll ask once he gets back.
Once I get up to the tunnel, I'm gonna cast silence as best as I can.
Okay.
I mean, if you're just gonna whiz me past, then I won't use the spell
I'm
slot.
just gonna whiz you past. You go ahead and save that spell slot. I'm a gracious DM. The serpent is still not happy, but at this point, your scent is kind of just lingering all over the place and hasn't seen anything, so it's just kind of perpetually pissed, going in circles.
Are there like crustaceans in this water, or no? Like, is it not familiar with the smell of like shellfish?
Nah.
Okay.
There's very little life in this cave outside of the serpents. No
So,
moss, no.
How
no
long are we
spiders.
gonna
dead
sit
bodies.
here and pretend we didn't just send him to his death?
Meanwhile, Blappletown
Oh,
emerges from
Oh,
the.
wait, he's back?
Wait,
Flop
do
out into
we
the-
see him? Do we see him or no?
Yeah, he just emerges.
No, but he's invisible.
I'm invisible.
Oh, you
Not
are
within
invisible.
30 feet of me, he's not.
That is
Oh.
true. Yeah,
I appear.
he
Wait,
appears.
but you wouldn't have been 30 feet of me, though. Or else my invisibility was canceled out.
Yeah, I'm sure we worked it out.
He would have
Yeah,
stepped away.
it's probably.
Because then we would have noticed it wouldn't have worked, and we're like, "Oh, what's happening? Oh, wait, the amulet." And then he would have stepped back.
Yeah.
Would have added 1 minute.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I assumed he moved for all of that. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
just don't worry about it.
Logistics.
So then,
Got
blah,
some really good news and a little bit of bad news. Bad news. That stupid lizard water snake is down there. Big water snake. It almost got me. I think it must have smelled me. I don't know. It couldn't see me. The water does lead to what I can only assume is the asylum or some kind of structure near it.
I give Julia a high five.
It leads up into there's like a moon pool. It leads up into the bottom. There's some big tower thing, and it's just lined with doors.
Why
Like
would
the
they-
doors lead into this water pit.
I seem to recall a tower. Isn't that where like some of the prisoners are held?
Malik said it was where the worst were held, or the most high value.
Okay, that's really good. Anything else?
I don't know if it would be really easy to get out of the water. I'm sure we might be able to manage something.
Right.
It's like me height to get out of it, but then we can like crawl up or whatever.
Could you see the sky? Was it like a courtyard or was it?
No, I never saw this guy.
Let me verify that, because I can look at floor. Tower roof is what I need to unhide. No, you didn't see the sky. There's a roof at the top.
I was wondering. And you stayed invisible the entire time?
Yes, I think.
So at least in that section of the asylum, there's nothing that would counter our magic.
Doesn't seem like it.
Okay, that's very helpful.
So if we can, I don't know, get past this this big water snake guy, maybe we can all get there. Or we can just send me. I don't know.
What if we lure it to the surface? And
Are you gonna put me back in there? If you guys want to get a look at it, I guess I can draw it over here.
what if we made a lot of noise? Would it come?
Too late. Following the smell of Ploppletop, you see the serpent for the first time. And it is a massive, ugly mug. Not a happy
Mug?
face. A mug.
A mug.
Yes. Mug.
I keep I don't know if it looks like this, but I just keep imagining the weird water shark thing from Half-Life, but really long.
I think I displayed... Oh, I didn't put the image in chat. I displayed it. It's this. Don't look up the stat block. I'm putting in... Alright, fine. Make me look up D&D. Yeah, don't look up the stat block. It's cheating, but... This thing.
No, click the
That's
image
right. It
above
looks
it.
funny.
No.
I don't think that's ugly at all. I think it's
It's
majestic.
it's definitely disgusting. I mean, look at this thing.
Grotesque.
Dude, look at it. Look at where its eyes are.
Majestic.
Okay.
I just adopted a little killer cat.
Yeah.
My face is out of
Which
control.
means your judgment is not to be trusted. That's what that means.
Clouded.
I think it's. I'm
Well-
trying very hard not to say bad things about God's creatures.
Oh gosh, it's there. Oh geez. I get away from the water.
It is here. And it
I-
rears its head out of the water.
I immediately start moving away from
Okay.
Vesper.
Can I
Yep.
can I zap it?
You want to go up
You're
and...
gonna walk up
Yo,
and
Chad? Hold up. Chad is doing something? Okay. Yeah, so roll for initiative if you're doing that. But yeah.
I'm gonna
Can we
get away
all
from him so his thing will work.
Also, roll with advantage because you're about to zap him in the water.
I-
He's wet.
You told me to roll initiative. I don't think I'm going first.
Give me the number, because
7.
you're going first, buddy.
Let's go.
It rolled a 4. All right, now hold on.
He
Hold
said
on.
shot. Okay.
So, because
Melee
now
attack for 2d8.
melee attack for 2. Oh yeah. Hold up. Let me not open Firefox accidentally. I gotta go to the freaking document that has a stat block, which is here. All right, I'm ready. Hit me with your best shot. Show me your moves.
14.
That hits.
What?
That hits.
Okay.
Wait a minute. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm a liar. I thought it was AC was worse than it was. It doesn't hit. But did you roll with advantage?
No.
You need to roll with advantage. It's wet.
It's in water, yeah.
12.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm disappointed in you.
How'd you miss?
I rolled
Yeah.
a 7 and a 5.
You just slipped on a rock.
I'm so disappointed. Well, that means it's gonna try to bite you. Wow, it rolled a 1. All right, so it freaking misses. Its massive neck is out of the water, and it tries to lunge for you, but it does not succeed.
I see what happens. What happened is Dweeby slipped on a rock, so it altered his
Now,
trajectory. So
if
it tried to
anyone
lead the
else
shot.
wants to join this combat, you're actually allowed. But currently, Dweeby's just 1v1ing it.
I just didn't want to be close to Vesper, that's why I moved.
Yeah, I had to
Where are you
back
gonna
up so
go?
his zap stick would work.
Okay,
So I get how high is the ceiling?
I was about to
not
ask,
high enough. That's the problem. No more than 10, 15 feet. No,
Oh.
Did that take my use of the zap stick?
Okay,
you don't have uses. You use it however much you want.
Wait.
can I just run over to the right of Dweeby?
Yeah.
I think it was established that the item in D&D Beyond is wrong and it shouldn't have charges. So
Yeah,
ignore
it
that.
doesn't. It doesn't have charges.
Okay.
I never
then
got to fix it. I
At
forgot.
will?
Follow up. Is it considered an attack or a spell?
A spell.
Spell is. Oh no, yeah, never mind. I see.
No,
what you
no,
mean.
no, I mean, like,
Rage-
Is yeah. Is
Is
using
it-
the
it's
stick
It's separate.
considered an attack or is it considered a spell?
It is
I
a
can attack
melee
twice.
spell attack.
It's
You
still-
don't get to use it twice because it's a spell that takes an action to cast, but it does count towards rage because I declare it to be so.
He wanted to use extra attack.
I
Yeah.
will not.
In that case, can I say I enter rage with the bonus action that I didn't get to use?
Yes.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah, I'll join combat.
Yeah. Do we have to roll initiative too?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
roll, but I'm not gonna attack in this first round because, well, I guess I could shoot, but I
Yeah,
need to
Julia will
stay
take
away
a
from
shot
them.
at it and actually land a hit.
You got a
Yo.
19.
19. Jeez.
I
Oh,
also got a 7.
thanks for the 3 damage, Julia.
Got a 9.
Oh, legend!
All right.
John's just rolling like off and on.
So
Oh,
Blopple, I
That's-
heard, got a 19.
Yeah.
Malakai with a 9.
Yeah, it's. I'm always gonna be like 9, 10, 11.
Vesper
like,
with a
just
7.
forever.
Is that correct?
yeah.
Yeah.
Dweeby with a 7. Serpent with a tactical 4. Although, let's see. Oh no, it's a 5 because it adds +1 to Dex. Wow. That's so good. Alright, Julie, what do you got? A 9. Alright. Let's see. I'm trying to debate. Since Dweeby and the Serpent went, that was run round, but you guys jumped in this round. That means Blobbletop's up.
Oh,
Did the sea serpent go?
The Sea Serpent went, but it was the bottom of the
Yes.
turn order, and now it's the top again.
Okay.
Didn't it miss?
It
Yeah,
missed.
it tried to
It
get
missed
you.
bad.
I didn't process its turn, so it was, yeah.
So I'm gonna walk up to this bad boy, right?
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit it with my crab claw.
of course.
Let's see. That is a 20 to hit.
That'll
Dirty
hit.
20.
Yep.
We'll do.
You need to clean your 20 if
Oh
it's
yeah, the
dirty.
4. The hit 4. That's not the hit. It's a +3 to hit. What's the 4?
Is it 1d6 plus 4?
No, it's 4 parentheses 1d6 plus 1.
Oh, that's for when you're not rolling.
Ah, okay. So 1d6
That's the way to speed up the game by making the damage just flat.
Alright,
instead
so
of
it
using
does 2
dice
damage
rolls. Incredible.
and it's grappled.
Whoa, 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 whoa. It's huge. You can't grapple a huge thing.
Can I try?
Um,
To my own detriment?
No. I think you literally cannot grapple things that are more than one size larger than you.
Can I hold on to it?
Yeah. I
what I
will
meant.
grant you this. But like you're not gonna restrain it. If it was large you could do it, but it's huge. So you
That's fine.
can't. Yeah. Alright, got it.
Cartoon
Malakai.
crab hanging off.
So as a bonus action, I'm going to use my Hexblade's Curse,
Okay.
which, so against the target, I gain +3 bonus to damage rolls, and I get critical hits on 19 or 20. Just so you know.
Okay. Great.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I'm going to like run up.
Uh-huh.
Also, does Umbra attack on my turns, or?
Sure.
Okay.
Otherwise it's gonna be annoying.
Okay. I won't let Umbra attack for this, probably. I just wanted to know. I'm just gonna run up and use Booming Blade.
Okay.
Use Scimitar of Speed.
Okay.
22 hits.
Yep.
Okay.
Warbo have a scimitar of speed.
He did.
Enemy of justice.
10 points slashing and 2 points thunder damage.
2 points thunder. Ah. Yo.
I guess that would be 15 because I forgot I got the +3 because of the curse.
Okay, so
15 points of damage total.
yeah, that doesn't help me. I already did the math. All right, now it helps me because I undid. All right, Julia Vesper.
Can I get a shot at it from here?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna use the full action thing so I get advantage.
Okay.
21 to hit.
Yep.
Cool. The fat crossbow plus sneak attack. What's 16 plus 8? 24 damage.
Ow.
Yeah, big ouch.
All right. Bazoom. Dweeby.
Is Blopple still touching it?
Yes.
Unlucky. I'm gonna zap it because I desperately want this to work. I still get advantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
19,
Yep.
and then 2d8.
13 damage to the serpent and the Blubbletop.
And I guess both of you lose your
Reaction.
reactions.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smell of
Incredible.
cooked crab.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds
Um,
good, dude.
Oh, I want some crab legs.
Yo.
Isn't that kind of
Cannibalistic?
carnivorous?
Yes.
Cannibalistic.
Yes. But it's funny.
Alright.
Anything else?
Yeah, and
I'm sorry. You know.
Anything else? What,
Would that-
do this?
Would that have been like? I don't know. Would I have been able to use that as my bonus action, and then like take my action to attack twice, or would that just be my action and then I
Well,
can
I
use the
could
bonus
allow
action?
that. It's kind of OP, but you know, go ahead. Just for
It's up to
giggles.
you. I don't
Yeah, just for giggles. Just for funny
It's-
hee-hees.
No, it's fine. I missed the great axe the first time.
Okay.
26 on the second one.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Ooh, 12.
Zappy stick 12. Nice.
that was great axe 12.
Yeah, that was great axe. So
Yeah.
Don't make me take 12 damage.
Yeah, no.
On top of the 13.
Alright, he's actually getting pretty banged up. Is that the end of your turn?
yeah.
Alright.
Going
Well,
for a ride.
the sea serpent opens its mouth and says, "Intruders in my house! Make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw. All
Ooh.
3 of you.
I rolled the wrong thing. Ignore that.
Also, I was wondering, like, how loud is it?
How loud is it?
Like, is it like,
Pretty,
if there are people
pretty
around?
dang loud.
Okay, I got a 22 to con.
All right,
I got 12.
all
I
right,
got 20.
all right. Okay.
So Blob
Boy,
will fail.
boy. So that's going to be 47 cold damage to anyone that failed the save.
It's half for me.
And
Thank God.
24 for those who succeeded the save. But it's,
What'd you
you're resistance to cold damage, aren't you? Blah blah
Heck
blah.
yeah.
Oh, good. Then you all take 24 cold damage, including Umbra.
Umbra's
The
dead.
cat died.
Yes.
Wait. Wow.
Yep. You're a bad pet owner. That's all I have to say. All right, well that's the turn, and I'm pretty sure that did more than double the cat's HP, so it's like dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Umbra
You're gonna have to do
freezes.
some
Umbra
mad
freezes.
convincing
Nope.
to get me to res that
Nope.
cat.
Umbra freezes like a popsicle stick, falls off of Malakai's shoulder, and shatters on the ground into a million pieces.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, he just got that thing.
Yes, he did, and now he lost it because he's being stupid. All right, and we are back at the top of the turn order. So,
The
Blopple.
cat pass its save though.
Oh yeah. Nope.
Oh, couldn't even be successful in its last moment.
All right,
Okay, I'm gonna
Blopple.
let go of the snake.
Yeah.
Let's see. In anger, I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds on it.
All right.
Does an 8 hit?
No.
Alright, I'm also going to heal myself
Yeah.
with Healing Word because it's a bonus action.
Is Vesper
heal for
within 30
17.
feet?
No.
Oh, yeah, I heal myself.
Oh yeah, I forgot to let Grouger attack. He shoots it, and he needs to do sneak attack damage. So hold on. He actually hit. Blah 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 blah. View. Blah, 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 blah. Short bow. 7 damage plus sneak attack is 19 damage. It's actually pretty good. Good job, Grouger. Thing's bleeding a lot. Alright, Blobbo, you're done, right?
Yeah.
Alright, Malakai?
His cat.
Roll
cat.
for Morn.
My cat has just died.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Unlucky, for real.
Skill issue.
Sheesh.
Oh, God.
Skill issue on job, for real, no cap.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm going to first use my Scimitar of Speed for Booming Blade again. Does a 17 hit?
Yep.
Okay. 7 slashing. One thunder damage plus 3, so that's 11 points of damage. And then I'm gonna use a spell slot and quicken a spell. And then I'm also going to follow up with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Which I don't think hits.
It's not a 16, it does not hit.
It's an 11.
Nah.
Okay.
Well, in the meantime, Julia does 8 damage. And...
I thought you were just about to say, in the meantime, Julia dies.
no. And Vesper's
Shout
up.
out to Julia. Okay. I'm just gonna shoot it the normal way. I gotta scroll up. There we go. That was a bad idea. I should.
Nope.
Can I do the thing?
Would you like
Or
to?
do I have? I would like to.
Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, wow.
That didn't help.
Better.
Nope, doesn't hit.
Okay. Well.
All right,
that was
well
everything.
that's that. All right, Dweeby.
I'm no longer holding it.
I'd like to tank it twice with the great axe.
All right.
21
Yep.
and 16.
Yep.
16 hits.
Yep.
Okay. 13 and 8.
So 21. 21.
Yeah. And then I want to zap it again.
Very well.
Do I still get advantage for it?
Yeah.
It's in water, ain't
Oh my gosh, a crit. That's 40 10. Or 48, is it? Is it an 8 or a D10? I don't remember.
You said 8.
Alright, well, it's 48.
11. Wow. Fucking crit for less than I rolled the last time.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Ouch. Now, the serpent is almost dead, and it retreats enraged and says in Draconic, I will not die on this day! And disengages.
As it moves, it takes
But
2d8.
it doesn't.
It's thunder damage.
Uh-oh. 2d8 thunder, huh?
Mhm.
Is it its turn or is it
It's its
Vesper's turn?
Vesper already won.
No problem. Well, so it takes 10 points of thunder damage, I guess.
Whew.
I don't know if you want to.
It
I don't know.
it
Plus
nearly add the +3.
I'm checking to see if the +3 would be added.
If that's
I
the
don't think-
case, it's basically dead.
I
But
don't
it's,
know, it just says damage attacks against it.
well, yeah. Then that's it has wow, get pranked. It has 1 HP and just disengaged. Blah 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 blah. It's probably gonna go die in the corner now.
Is it my turn? chase it?
It ran away,
Can I
and I
chase
need to. Well, I need to figure out how fast it can move.
it?
It can move 40, so it's going. Actually, yeah, it's going right there. That's it. So yeah, it is your turn, Boppletop.
I'm going to.
Sacred Flame.
No, that's not gonna work, is it?
I mean, it's radiant damage.
Is it above the water?
Well, why wouldn't it work underwater if it's radiant damage? I'm sorry, I didn't want to gain for it. I just
Mr.
assumed.
DM, Mr. DM, no, I'll take your word for it.
okay. 8. Oh boy.
5 radiant damage.
Well, how do you want it to happen?
I want it to die.
It dies.
Its head. Its head.
So,
So-
Trevor, real,
Yeah.
because of my curse, I get health back. Not much, but
Okay.
health back when he dies. So can it be like in its last moments, it hears me and it said that this is for Umbra,
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Snake, and then
And there it goes.
Popped.
Blood pours out onto the water.
I'm just gonna clear it up with shape water.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I guess
Oh,
I'll
it's
just
cool blood.
I'll unblood the blood. There he goes.
Unbleed the water.
I'll be like, you don't deserve to be
You just-
remembered.
You walked into his house and killed him.
I
He
know.
tried to eat me.
Yeah, because you walked into his house.
He didn't try to talk to me.
He did not.
He didn't. It's true. But do you need to talk to intruders that are in your house, swimming around?
Well,
Cave is your house? Okay.
technically, with
I
the
say,
castle law, you
What
do.
the fuck are you doing here? That's what I'd do.
That was crazy.
I feel no weight on my conscience.
Literally, neither do I.
You just killed a neutral enemy.
The
You
two
should feel weight on your conscience because you got your cat
I
killed.
mean, you just defined
No.
it as an enemy.
No.
I mean, I feel like we're. I
No,
feel like we're.
celestial beings don't feel anything. Well, I just feel remorse for my cat.
You're
What is
judging.
that?
I'm over here sitting here happy at lawful neutral. You know, I don't.
Technically, you guys
Okay.
technically you guys killed a dragon. So
Wow.
Oh, whatever. Not real.
yeah, but it is. That's technically the second dragon you've killed outside of the drakes.
Also, I mean, you know, Dweeby's kind of just like
Goated.
psycho.
Yeah, I'm not letting you do that again, but it was funny. It's way too powerful, but it was funny. So, your special attack with the super kill and do the axe is nay-nayed, vetoed from this point.
That's fair.
But I had to let you do it once. Because I'm just imagining, zap! And then he pulls out, yeah, and just starts going like, zap! Like, just going crazy. Anyway.
I'm in desperate need of a long rest.
Yeah, and your cat just shattered like a popsicle.
I've pushed that aside.
I'm sure you have. Sorry to ruin your day, but
I've pushed that aside.
yeah,
The sister is within reach.
that's the
There's one
problem. That's the problem with.
sea serpent eggs.
No.
I'll destroy them all. But as one door closes, another opens. It's fine. It's not fine, but we don't have to warn right now. Shit, we need to rest as well.
He had 9 hit points. You brought him into war against a CR8 thing with splash damage.
I'm not complaining about it.
No,
Seriously.
I know. It's crazy.
Are you feeling guilty, DM? 'Cause I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Bro, he cut Cagliari's head off, and then he talked about how guilty he felt for like
literally
2 weeks.
because I said I'm not gonna let it attack. So he could have been like, "Well, he didn't let it attack. Maybe just left it on the side." No, it's fine. We could go. Should we rest? Should we keep going?
Are we doing this water
mean,
thing?
I feel like at
Still-
this point we should
still
do the water thing. I think we should just
Mildly.
be moving.
Was
Well,
there anywhere where the water connected that no land connected to? Like, is there some place we could swim to and rest without patrols finding us?
Yeah, I think so. Question, Mr. DM: was there any spot where I was swimming where there might be trouble for someone who can't breathe underwater?
No.
Okay.
Not well. The long stretches to the base of the tower. That's the hard part.
I was gonna ask, how flexible would you let my shape water be?
Depends on what you want to try to do.
Kind of like I don't. I guess it isn't a 5-foot square amount of space. I'm gonna try to do like.
I mean, you can like clear a pocket of air for yourself and take a gasp if you like have to.
Okay, but I was wondering about like making like
Unless shape water requires a verbal component, in which case
Water
that's impossible.
water platforms that we can just walk on.
Nah, well, let's see. Form in a simple shapes, color opacity, freeze the water provided there are no creatures in it. Nah, not really. It's way too hard to like freeze water and walk on it because the ice would just immediately float to the surface. Like, physics-wise, that isn't gonna fly, but
That's like a lake up there, right? You don't want to be seen walking on it.
yeah, like there's a lot of play there.
Okay.
But just tell me what you want to do in the moment, and I mean you can
So I
try
feel-
it.
Yeah. Let's see.
Just might fail miserably.
Okay.
Did you want to take Umbra into battle? Because I thought you said you did.
No, I was saying I
Yeah,
don't.
I think it was implied that you did.
I said I don't want to like let it attack or anything. I was just asking like, would Umbra take? It's fine if Umbra is dead. It's fine.
Yeah,
Or it could be alive. It doesn't matter. Either way, we're gonna be going into battle anyway. It's
this is true. Popsicle.
or Umbra could be alive
on the floor.
and
Add like 8 tiny instances of little tiny cats.
Oh,
no.
Oh my god.
No.
Just bully him about it.
it's fine.
You had it for like a day.
Every time we enter a town or something, Trevor's just gonna be like, "Yeah, and you see a stray cat."
Nah, I'm not doing that. It's also just Blazer Beast kidding like this. That's a rare thing.
Yeah.
So are we all going to this water thing, or like should
It's totally-
one of you come with me to
it's
scout
totally
it out?
Unless you want to assume that he wasn't actually in the fight. That's up to you.
It's literally your call. That's what I'm saying. Because if you didn't
Fine, give my
actually...
cat back.
Okay. See, that was fast. He goes, I don't care, and then he goes, give my that's what I thought. So I was like, if you don't actually want it to have entered the combat, no. But the problem is, let this be a lesson. You need to specify.
No, I understand that now.
Yes.
So
Because
the
that...
popsicle was actually just like a lizard hanging out on the back wall like that.
Yeah. He thought it was Umbra, but it was like a little gecko. He just went,
But you said it did talk in Draconic, right?
It did speak in Draconic.
So as we are like preparing to leave, I just whisper a prayer to Bahamut and I say like, "Our bad."
My bad, bro.
Yeah, he's not
Oh,
happy.
shit.
He's actually...
My bad, bro.
He's actually very not happy.
Well, I it's a prayer of forgiveness, asking like we will make sure that something like
Feel his rage.
He's disappointed. You serve a god of diplomacy, a dragon god of diplomacy, and you killed a neutral dragon.
which I totally get. I
Yeah.
totally get. Like not arguing about Bahamut, Big G. I get you. Like no problem. It was more so that like Malakai has to kind of remember sometimes that diplomacy isn't just for humans.
Yeah.
So like I'm okay with this happening. It's just
I
like
like how it just
Oh, I know.
poked its head out of the water and immediately we went in on it.
Yeah.
but that's the bond we have as
It
a
didn't,
team.
it didn't like
Well,
it didn't
Dreamy
like
just zapped
roar.
it.
It didn't bite or anything. It just
Yeah.
thinking back. Dweeby Weeby just went in with the zap stick and we were like, alright,
Yeah.
let's go.
Listen, the funny part is none of these decisions matter for everyone else. It's only Malakai's character that's negatively affected by these decisions. Cratter's neutral,
Exactly.
Vesper's neutral, Dweeby's insane, Bloppletop serves a made-up crab man created by fish
in
people.
fairness, as neutral good, I feel like I still have some wiggle room.
You have a little bit, but
The
the issue
important part
is...
there is good.
well, no, the important part there is Bahamut. Because if you served a god of lawful war, it would have been like, no, yeah, whatever. But
No, yeah.
dragon god of diplomacy.
I do apologize after. I think is when I probably heard it say something in Draconic. I was like, oh shoot, you can talk.
Yeah,
But by that point, I'd already cursed it.
yeah.
Well, it's a good thing none of us are serving the god of like proper warfare or whatever that was.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank goodness.
Listen,
I say I just put a hand on Dweeby and I say, yeah.
I may or may not be a follower of the Red Knight, god of strategy.
It's fine. Nothing's burning, but I'm like praying hell hard.
Hey, Malakai.
Yeah.
How about how about me and you go check out this thing, or maybe we can bring whoever we want. Not all of us should go. Just go check it out and make sure I was seeing things right.
Yeah, absolutely. No, not a problem.
Are you crying?
No, I just. I'm really glad we're doing this, guys. Yeah, I'll go as well.
What the hell just happened to him?
You made a boo boo.
It's possible that I could see my sister soon as well. You know, there's a lot of emotions going on.
All right, so who's going and who's doing and who's what? What's happening?
Right now it's me and Malakai, but anyone else can come if they want.
And
I
Umbra
don't know how to
is.
swim.
Well, actually, that's probably true.
As a bird,
Well, yeah, that's why I said like I in character would not know how to swim
Oh no, Tweeby! Oh no.
because the only water I've actually seen would be like the little pond in the cave
Yeah, and
that I grew up
you
in.
went on the ocean on the boat, but you couldn't swim there either.
And
I remember
yeah,
that.
and the pond was like waist deep or something. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
I don't know how
man.
to swim.
Oh my gosh, that is
I don't-
actually a big thing.
do you have water breathing as a spell or no? Or that's just a thing you can do?
I'm a fucking barbarian.
He's talking
No, no.
Bubble
Sorry, I'm talking to Blob.
Wait, what was the question?
I was like, do you have are you able to cast a spell that allows people to breathe water?
I don't think so.
It only works on you. Okay, all right. I'm gonna try to use make like a water bubbler on myself,
Uh-huh.
I think you should be good. It's not all underwater.
like around my head or something. Yeah.
So is anyone
There's some
else
spots we can
coming?
breathe.
Or does
I mean,
Bubble Malakai?
I guess I could, like, take a rail or something and just, just try and drug it out or something. But I don't think that's gonna work.
I don't know. This is a difficult situation.
There's definitely parts that are completely underwater, right?
Yeah.
Part of me is wondering if a dragon might have helped us. Oh,
That's crazy.
I know.
That'd be really weird.
Yeah. All right.
Wonder if they just got a lot harder because of that. It's fine though. Because now you get to experience consequences for your action.
Oh, yeah.
And I get to laugh.
Yeah.
So I know water walk, which isn't super helpful because there's underwater sections, but it specifies if you target a creature submerged in a liquid, the spell carries the target to the surface of the liquid at a rate of 60 feet per second. Oh, no, per round.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I thought it was they were just going to rocket upwards.
So by the time they get to the top, they fly like 100 feet over.
Oh, how long is a round in seconds?
6 seconds, so they're just rising at 10 feet a second. Same as Featherfall. Fall at 10 feet a second.
Yeah. So how long can the others hold their breath? Because what if they just hold their breath? Like, obviously Orion can come.
We can drag the Weeby, maybe.
Orion doesn't breathe.
Yeah. Cat's out of the bag.
What?
I know, way to dox the man.
No, let's go check this out, see what's up.
Okay.
No one else coming?
Is Julia a good swimmer? Because maybe if she's
Yeah.
a good swimmer, she can just dive when necessary.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to come, but
I'll hang back in case you need to use spells, and also because I don't like to get wet.
wait.
We
We have a bag of holding, don't we?
Oh no.
Oh,
Shut
yes.
We have a bag of holding, don't we?
Yeah.
How's it?
Like,
He did
can-
come out of the bed.
I do have a bag of holding, yes.
Like,
It has air for
I
like 10
can't
minutes.
breathe
I
in
think.
it, right? Can I?
No, you can hold your breath. I do
Yeah,
have-
yeah. Look at the second paragraph. Breathing
Well,
creatures
then
inside
breathe
the
in
bag can survive up to a number of minutes equal to 10 divided by the number of creatures, minimum
Yo.
1 minute, after which time they begin to suffocate.
he was chilling in there before.
You can hold multiple people.
Yeah.
I'm
How
going
long
in
did
the
it?
fucking
How
bag
long
of
did it
holding.
take? How long did it take me to traverse?
We can just come
He
up
said
occasionally.
less than 5 minutes.
No, that was when he was out in the first section. It was like 5 minutes. The whole thing probably took you about
Well,
10 minutes.
there might be places where we can stop and take a breather.
There
Yeah, we
are.
can take a.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, do we get in the bag?
I'd like to think that, like, as you guys were discussing this, I'm just kind of like
One
Like
foot
getting
in, other
getting
foot
in,
in.
yeah, like 1 foot in.
Yeah.
Like,
Wriggling
like,
your hips down through.
Yeah.
such a long satchel. Vespa, I'm thinking perhaps you give the amulet to Orion and he can follow us from a distance. That allows you to get into the bag.
That
That's
works
what
Anybody
we're
usually.
else
doing.
don't know how to swim? There's room
Okay.
for one more.
The cat.
Yo, chuck the cat in the bag.
How
Put in
long
the
can they
cat.
hold? How long can they
Cat's
hold their
out of
breath
the
for?
bag.
Mm,
5 minutes.
5 minutes, it says.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If there's
divided by two.
two people, if there's two things in the bag, it's 5 minutes.
Yep.
Are we all going now, or should we just, like take two of us go check this out, make sure it's all right?
Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be a recon.
Okay, well, let's go check it out.
first.
Yeah, everyone stay here. Me and Malachi will check this out. We'll be back. Hopefully we won't die. I think we killed the thing.
The
But-
air bubble around my head.
Uh-huh.
He shouldn't need it.
You're gonna do it anyway, you little baby.
I'm taking the bag of holding.
Let me check something real quick.
Well, I guess if Malachi's... Nah,
Well, I'll just
behind.
swim and follow for now. I'm just gonna go with you.
Yeah. You can't swim and cast shape water at the same time because it has a somatic component. So if you
Well, I'm
cast
not
it,
saying I can cast it, make it, and until it like ends, then I would have to like cast it again. Talking while I'm doing it, while it lasts, like the duration it would stay on.
Would it stay on you, though?
it doesn't. It's instantaneous. You make an
What
instantaneous
about
change to the water.
the second effect?
What second effect?
The second
Second-
bullet point.
Perform the simple chase and
Animate at your direction.
This change lasts for 1 hour.
Animate. That's,
No,
that's-
because
that's
you would
different.
like make like a water animal.
Yeah. So the only way you can really do this is you can make it so that every now and again, if you stop swimming, you can cast it so that air bubbles form around you so you can breathe. But then you have to start swimming again.
Okay, no problem. I'll do that.
But it's not like you get a little bubble.
No, that's fine. Okay,
Yeah. It's not easy mode, but it is doable.
it's fine. Yeah,
Alright.
that's reasonable.
Who's in the bag of... Who has a bag of holding? Are you carrying it?
Oh, I thought we weren't bothering with it yet until we come back.
We just
Okay.
take Dweeby.
Well, then you two are just going and everyone else is hanging back.
Yeah, we're just gonna scout real quick and come back.
Alright.
Make sure everything's okay.
Alright, cool.
I'm gonna lead him towards the way I came. Do you have dark vision, Malachi?
I do.
Okay.
Do you guys remember the breath holding rules?
If you call your Constitution mod,
A
Wait,
number of minutes.
really?
1 minute plus your con mod, right?
yeah.
Well, then I fucking probably could just walk on the bottom.
No.
Oh,
No, that
I
wouldn't.
noticed some deep
I'm
spots.
tell you, that's not gonna work.
I got 5 minutes of
Well,
breath
then
holding.
how would you get up to the tower
You
then?
literally couldn't get up to the shore or up to the tower. You'd just be stuck at the bottom.
Yeah, you
Don't-
still need to swim.
Don't do it.
Alright,
but-
good point.
Holding your breath in the bag would be even easier for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep, you guys make some decent points. I will take them into consideration.
Yep.
Well, it's specified in the bag 10 minutes divided by creatures, right? That's just part of the bag of holding.
Yep.
Is that separate from breath holding rules?
So
I
we
know,
can it'll last 5 minutes and then we start holding our breath.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
If there's 2 people in there, then yeah.
Alright, so what's your con mod, Malakai?
3.
Bro, you can hold your breath for 264 seconds.
Yeah.
And your boy
What?
can water breathe. So that's 4.5 minutes. And your swimming speed is what? Just 30?
No, it's going to
Oh,
be
no.
half because none of us
Mhm.
have swimming speed.
Okay. Well,
Unless
But if you-
unless Top does.
if you're dashing, your swimming speed is going to be 30.
Yeah, I'm not affected by water slowing down me.
Yeah,
Bubble top
That's
is going to be
the
fine.
crab.
I just need to meter out how tough it is to actually not drown in here. So it's 60 feet. It's 90 feet. Let's actually see here. It's 140 feet. So if you get there in that many rounds? 28 seconds, is that right?
No.
I think it is. You got 140 feet, 15 feet per round.
It's 30
times
feet
6
per round
inches
because he can dash.
If he's
dash.
dashing, but then he's going to be exhausted.
No, I'll just swim at.
If you swim at a normal speed, you can get there in literally under a minute.
Okay, that's fine.
So you don't
That's
even
not-
you don't even need the the bubble.
I
You
probably
can hold
do.
your breath, no problem. And then you get to the shore and take your breath. You do pass by the corpse of the serpent that you obliterated.
I
it's
whisper
not.
a prayer. Oh, and mentally pray as I pass it. Be like, sorry, bro.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Alright.
As we go, I'm gonna just keep like sending up like sparks of like light in my hand just to test if there's like any places where there's no magic.
Okay. They all succeed so far.
Okay.
I noticed I was invisible the whole time, right?
That is true. That is true.
Because you're looking at your crab claws and there's nothing there, and you go, "This is weird." All right. The next gap is pretty much another 140 feet, so it's another 1 minute swim for you. Bloppletup has no problems. Now here comes the big swim.
Okay.
You're now at the mouth of the tunnel, leading to the main section of the lake.
That'll be like all the way up, won't it?
Yeah.
I'd like to think they would let me out of the bag to take a breath when they got out of the water.
Oh, there.
Oh, yeah,
you're
yeah,
not
yeah.
even here. I don't
You're not
think
here right
so.
now, but when we do go, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just me and Malakai scouting out, then we'll come back for you.
260 feet plus 60 feet up. You take a hard right angle. We'll say you take a more direct approach. That's still 300 feet. So for Malakai, that's a 2 minute swim. Still not a problem for him. All right, you guys swim out.
Yeah.
All right.
And this is as far as you got to before Bloppletop, or did you go
Nope,
further?
you're not out of the water yet.
Oh, okay.
Didn't even let the man answer.
Correct.
Get out of
Boy.
here. Get out of town.
There's a serpent in the water with you.
Can we sense it?
You can see it.
Oh, we can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, I'm home.
I'm gonna wave.
Uh-huh.
How far are we from this? Oh God, I don't.
It's like 40 feet away.
40 feet. Yep.
Gosh, I can't cast any spells right now.
What's it doing? Is it just like booking it towards us? Is it wandering?
No.
Is it curious?
It was slithering its way down, and then it saw you curved up, and now it's slithering around you, investigating. It looked like it was going to eat you at first, but it noticed that it changed its approach after it looked at you for a good amount of time. Now it's circling you curiously.
Can I gesture to it that I want to point to a place where I can stand so we can get it
You can wet with it.
so we can be out of the water. I can't breathe here.
Yeah.
So
Where are you gonna go?
trying to gesture to it can we meet at the bank? That's not a thing that's gonna work, huh?
What a pickup line. Can we meet at the bank?
Don't you have message, bro?
I know, but it's verbal.
Oh, get pranked.
Yeah.
Lol. I didn't think message was verbal.
You mean the thing? Send a message to somebody?
Yeah. I thought you would just mind message. You know? Yeah, I should gotta say it. Alright, Roll a persuasion check while I refill my water.
I get a double proficiency for this, correct?
Sure.
This is again.
I'm gonna be gone for like a minute, so do whatever. I'm going to roll like a 47 for all I care.
I sham. Plus the extra 3, 19.
So here's the look, right? This thing's gonna come up, right? What if I banish it?
But what if he has air pockets in his mouth and he can?
If he could help us. If he doesn't help us, what if I banish him?
Yeah, do it. Do it immediately. Immediately, not this.
What if it doesn't work and we die horrifically? Never mind, it's verbal.
Weren't you just talking about the
Can't banish it.
the water walking?
Talking?
Can't you just make
This
it
is out of
float?
character. Water walk.
I'm just worried because
I can't.
they talk. I'm wondering if it would tell the guards and stuff if we send it up to the surface.
How many of the guards know Draconic?
Being a land that worships dragons.
Alright, fair.
I'm pretty sure every single spell I can cast has a verbal component.
I feel like we should be able to mumble it underwater, but what it might if not.
Can you cast verbal spells
Alright, I'm back.
underwater?
The answer is definitely no.
'Cause
Even
There
if,
are no official rules.
yeah, and the
Those
answer
DM rules.
again, it doesn't matter. Even if you looked up the rule and said, "Well, Trevor," I would say no because that's stupid.
Jeremy E. Crawford says, no rule prohibits verbal components from working underwater, but keep in mind that if you're talking, you're not holding your breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've read before. Yep. But I just prefer. I feel like it makes more sense. Just you would
Wait,
want
and
to.
that means that John would be able to,
He could.
or yeah,
Which John?
Do spells
Blopple.
underwater?
Okay.
Wow.
That's right. There's two Johns.
The breathe
They're
underwater
together.
man could breathe underwater.
I can talk underwater?
Yeah.
I
In-
mean,
Well, then.
Just not very
according to
well.
D&D rules, perhaps.
The sound just isn't fit to carry very well.
Yeah, maybe there's like a range deduction on spells.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway,
I
Well,
did get a 19
I mean-
persuading
Alright.
him to swim back to the bank.
there are
Alright.
spells that are like, if the target can hear you, then it does
this was
this.
much
That
less
would
of a
work.
persuasion and much more of a understanding what in the world is happening. He kind of sees what you're trying to do, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
He shakes his head and then he begins swimming into the tunnel.
Because I was wondering, like, are there like shallows where like we can like we're still in the water, but we can just stand?
No.
Okay, cool. No problem.
Yeah, this is not that kind of place. He swims back into the tunnel.
Wait, it went back into the.
Uh-huh.
Is
I
that
think
good?
I just have to be. No, I'll just tell him wait here, and we'll get the others if possible.
Well, here, come check out. I can't even talk to you. I point to where we need to go. Go
Okay.
swim up.
I follow.
Are you ignoring him?
No. I'm gonna like go. I'm pointing at the dragon, at the water serpent thingy.
I put my arms up like, what? What do you want me to do?
I'm like using my head. I'm like pointing. I'm like I start swimming towards it.
Oh, are you following the serpent?
I'm following the serpent,
Alright, got
and I'm
it.
trying to like tell.
All right.
Yeah, let's go. I can only hold my breath for so long.
Alright, Malakai. Alright. The serpent is now circling the lake. Do you emerge onto the coast now?
Yes. Does it look
All right.
older or younger than the last one? I don't know if we'd even.
Older.
Oh.
Hey, kill this kid.
Oh.
Yeah, you guys suck.
You look like a father.
That is a little much of a leading question, so I'm not going to answer that. But he
Does it look like my dad?
He looks older. His face is not as smooth. His nose is droopier. His fins look more worn down. All right. You emerge from the water, and he emerges his neck.
I start in Draconic. I greet you, and I bring blessings from Bahamut.
Blessing.
I also bring bad tidings, unfortunately.
What tidings?
My friends and I have been making our way through this area, and unfortunately, I don't know who came before us, but we found the body of someone who looks a bit like you.
You dirty little rat. Roll for deception.
Oh my god.
You actual rat baz won't even confess his own sins.
Oh
Officer,
Digging.
officer, I found this corpse.
Digging deeper into his sin, commits
Oh my.
murder.
This
Um,
is
But because first check with the dragon, it's a 19.
Alright. The serpent looks at you horrified and goes, "My son."
Oh fuck.
I am so sorry.
The serpent swings over, leaps across the 15-foot gap
Oh, he's gonna come fuck us up.
into the
when we're
other
done.
section of water.
They're back there like cooking it.
Wait, I look.
You guys like popped it. I don't know if there's.
My description was
Oh,
it
yeah.
died.
From radiant damage, don't
The
forget.
serpent finds the corpse of his. Now you guys see a much larger serpent from the coast, and you hear a wailing that is only muffled by the water itself, but it is the most hideous moan of sorrow that you have ever heard.
We have followed.
You can.
I don't want to.
You're just not going to be able to keep up.
I'm gonna follow.
All right, Malakai follows as best he can, and you're
You
about
are
in the
not
middle.
as fast as
You're
the
about
fucking.
in the middle of the tunnel when you hear the serpent wail, and then you emerge from the other side.
Can
You're
I just
staying
stop
here, Blappletop.
Can I just stop on that piece of land down right next to me?
Yeah,
Am I about 120 feet from everybody?
probably more.
More.
50,
Yeah.
150.
150. Okay.
You're also below them.
And how close are they to me?
They're all within 30 feet of you, unless you change something.
I'm not, right? Like, is it
You don't have to
55?
be. I guess, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get a little closer and try to cast message and be like,
Under the water, just soften it.
okay, I guess I'll just have to follow and just get
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it. It's just
be
gonna
in the
suck.
same
I get
chamber.
a
as this
message. It's
angry
just
Drowning
drowning noises.
Oh my god, they're in danger. I hear them drowning in my head.
thing. Oh, this thing swallowed them. We gotta kill it.
Malakai, what are you doing?
No, I'll just surface and say, friends, this is the father of the parent of the poor creature that we discovered here. Please, let's just allow him to mourn. And then I look and I say, please take your time, great one.
You're gonna get eat.
Can
And
I?
I'm gonna swim to the shore.
Just Oh, you better pray. Okay. Whew, alright. You failed the investigation check.
Discover the holy burns on his body.
There's a lot. There's
And
a
the
lot to
arrows.
unpack of the injuries. But he sees the arrows and he pops up and he says, "Are these the arrows of the Beastmaster?"
The Beastmaster. And he's asking this in Draconic?
Yes.
Okay. I said, you mean the one who had the drakes?
Oh.
Yes, we encountered him. It is possible.
Wicked kind. Wicked kind.
Do I know what that means? What does he say?
Wicked kind.
Oh,
So the serpent's racist.
I'm very sorry that this has happened.
Oh, kin of mine, dragonborn.
Yes. But according to the tenets of Bahamut, we must also.
You're gonna bring that up now? Oh my god.
Muhammad is looking down.
We must also find peace with
Your
him.
ass is gonna get smited, bud.
I bet if he were here and he knew that this was your child, he would apologize. He wouldn't. I'm sorry, great one. I'm so sorry. I've lost my family as well, so I understand somewhat of what you're going through.
we're all dead.
The serpent prays in Draconic
Oh my god.
to Bahamut, rolling a 19, asking, Bahamut, may you deal harshly with those who have wronged me.
Oh my
Malakai, you lose a level.
No.
Oh.
Well, I guess it would be my level of Warlock, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Please tell me there's like no physical change when this happens.
No.
Lights up
But
orange.
Malakai
like-
feels a pit in his stomach.
He falls over and starts coughing like.
Oh! No, I'm gonna pray too.
no, stop!
Oh, counter
No,
prayer.
no, no.
Counter
absolutely.
prayer.
Listen here, Bob.
No,
Go
no.
ahead. If you roll higher than a 19, you keep your level. There you go, bud. That was critical. I'm telling
And I'm
you.
going to say, Bahamut, I understand that I am following you, and I regret some of the choices that I have made, but I am a man. I am not a god. And there will be times when I make mistakes. And so I need your mercy as I go through this.
You keep your level.
Feels
But
trial
let
and
the record
praise.
show. That was crazy. He rolled a 16 and he has a +3 to wisdom. The only reason you kept that level is because you rolled a 22. You remember that. You remember that. And let this be a continued warning. If you want to serve Bahamut, you have to be diplomatic or switch your patron. And that is fine. But if your character is a servant of Bahamut and you continue to not seek diplomacy, there will continually be consequences. Whether that means you actually, like, in person want to switch your patron, very well. But point being made.
Could Michael just be my patron?
No, because Mikey serves Bahamut.
I have the same issues.
Mm-hmm.
I just did an intercessory prayer right there.
You did. And you saved your level. That's
Okay.
craziness. That's actual crazy. I really did not expect you were going to roll over a 19. I was like, he's done.
You're right,
Ooh, that was probably one of the most important rolls you've ever made.
I'm pretty impressed, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually quite terrified.
You should be.
Okay.
Whew.
Well,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Great One, that this has happened to you.
Why do you come here to our home?
Because, like you, we have also felt the touch of loss. And
Oh, we were just looking for these cool scales.
the kingdom of Lucine, its current ruler, I'm not sure.
Xerxes has enslaved us as he has you. Is this true?
Yes, he's. Yes, and I do believe he's responsible for the death of my father, and my sister has been missing for years.
Then by blood for vengeance. For wrongdoing we must repay with vengeance. Long I have lived idle in this basin. Long ago was I transported from my true home of the sea to be fed scraps of those who Xerxes deems worthy of devouring. Long have I hated my existence, and yet not been able to do anything about it. But today Bahamut has brought retribution. Let it be known that should you require anything of me, I will help you in any way that I can. Long
Thank you.
live Bahamut, and may Xerxes pay the full price of his wages of sin.
I say thank you, Great One, and what may we call you?
You may call me Zartaros, for I am the Ancient One of the Serpents.
Boy, what a turnaround.
And then I say, well, as you are, if you could help us, my friends and I would like to get to. We'd like to find our way into the asylum. We believe there are key people in there who would be helpful for taking down Xerxes.
Many of the unwanteds have gone to the asylum. I can take you to the entrance. You found it almost by yourselves. But should you need a lift, I can provide it.
That's it. Thank you, Lord Zacharias. And then I'm going to relay this to the rest of the party. And I also kind of like using well, I can't tell Vesper or anyone close to him. I just say it out loud. This great Lord Serpent has offered to help us. He is like us, unified against Xerxes, and is willing to help us however we can. Let us show him our kindness and also take him up on his most generous offer. Do we get on his back, or?
He will allow you to essentially ride his head, and he's offering to take you to any section of the tower. So this guy is very, very long. The only entrance that he knows of is the tower, because that's where they drop prisoners to feed him and his son. And that's all they have to eat, and he hates it. And it feels gross, but it's like there's not really anything else I can do about it.
Can I give him a good berry?
You can? Sure. You may. You would appreciate that.
I'm gonna give him.
Certainly doesn't know what it is, but he'll. So what is this? He'll accept and he goes, it does not taste well, yet I have had my fill. Alright, yeah,
Okay.
I'm trying to see how long it tells me he is. I don't know if it's actually listed, which is kind of annoying. The thing is, he can probably lift you up to, like, the first or the second floor. Or the ground floor of the pit itself.
Oh, wow.
Like, he can, like, take you to the wooden doors where he knows people get thrown out.
Okay.
He doesn't know if they'll open, but he can literally lift you up to them.
Yeah. Okay.
But he can't really easily carry more than 2 of you on his head at once.
That's fine. I'm getting in the bag of holding.
Yep. We'd be an Umbra in the bag of holding.
Are the others just swimming with us?
Appletup, are you just chilling on the coast, kicking your feet? And...
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
I'm
You're
waiting
like,
for my friends to die.
no, I'm just imagining like they're all going to die. That's amazing. Oh, wow.
Orion. Vesper. Are you going to allow Orion to just carry the amulet?
Oh, sure.
I will trail behind to ensure that I do not cause any issues.
Thank you.
Alright. Now, Grouger can swim holding his breath for 36 seconds.
You should get into the bag.
He should probably get in the bag. Which means there's not really room for... well, there is room for Umbra, because you guys can all squeeze in. It just means you have fewer minutes before you have to start holding your breath. But there should be enough breaks.
As long as the person who's like...
What is... how long can Umbra breathe?
How long can I just leave Umbra
in the cave?
I'm terrified. I don't want to.
You could have Orion hang back and leave Umbra with Orion.
What do we want for Orion?
I don't know. Listen, man.
I think that place where
You have a pet. You are a pet owner. You have to deal with it.
that place where we left Blappletop. Is it like land? Can Umbra stay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
This cat's gonna wander into the water and drown.
I'm not gonna do that to him.
Cats just wander into water?
I don't know. It's not a cat.
Basically
Fair.
a cat. It's basically a six-legged cat with tentacle arms.
Point. I retract my point.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I think it's
So-
go time then.
If who's all in the bag? The rest are swimming.
Yeah, Vesper and Julie are the only other two. You, the serpent, you're carrying the bag, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Whoever cannot make it swimming should be on the serpent, and then it should be me, Grodger, and the fucking cat in the bag.
Julia
Mhm.
can
Why
ride the
is
serpent.
Grodger in the bag?
Because he can't hold his breath for
long.
very long.
Grodger can hold his
Gotcha.
breath for 30 seconds.
Hmm.
I understand.
Yeah, he doesn't have good constitution.
And then everybody else should be, if they can swim, they should swim. If they
I
can't, they should be riding the serpent with
I
the
got a
bag.
solid 3 minutes.
Vesper and Julia can take the serpent. Malakai is already ridden. He already knows he's good, so it's probably best if Vesper and Julia just take the serpent. And he'll lift you up to the opening. We'll take our first break at the first ledge here.
Okay.
Here we are. Now, in terms of what time it is, FYI, it's probably like 3:30 a.m.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Just throwing that out there.
Is there any like natural holes or something in the wall that I could be like, all right, I'm gonna put out some food and like a dish of water and be like, all right, now Umbra, I will be back. Stay out of trouble.
You want to leave him here in this little divot?
Okay, no. I'll go where we're going to meet.
I mean, that seems like a reasonable place to leave him. There's no place he can wander.
He probably just didn't like the way I said that.
I don't trust you anymore.
Listen,
You should know.
I was thinking we use this place for rest because the
Yeah.
patrol's never gonna come here.
Yeah, it's a very good spot.
Well, maybe we should just go to where Bloppletup is at least, and then
What's
we
he
could.
gonna do?
But
Kill
that's
your
like
cat
the pit. Like,
twice?
if a patrol comes through, they're gonna look down there and be like, "Hey,
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So should we get Bloppletup to come over here?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Send him a message. Don't swim. He's like, you can get.
I
Oh
can send him-
no. Well, yeah. Send him. You can make it.
the serpent to go say, hey."
Oh yeah, the serpent can go get him.
Scare the life out of me.
Oh yeah. So how are we actually getting Bloppletup? Because I don't want to just do stuff. How are we getting Bloppletup?
You said I can just send message from there.
Sure.
right?
All right. I'll allow it because it's going to be annoying otherwise, probably.
Mhm.
All right.
Blopple's up, wander 20 feet west.
Yeah, just like for no particular reason. Take a
Walk around to this
stroll.
pool of water.
All right, Malachi, what's your message?
Hey, bud. You should join the rest of us. We're just setting up camp for the night.
Oh my god, you're alive when we come back.
I love the idea that Bloppletup's like, well, what am I gonna do now? They're all dead, and I don't know. Maybe I go back to my roots. Maybe I go back to the town. Like, how? But they think I'm a god there. Like, he's running through all these options, and all of a sudden, yeah, the party's alive.
Yeah, there's like two things to consider. My emotional connection to these guys is like what, a month old.
Yeah.
But it's also all of my waking memory.
Yeah,
So, like,
it's comfortable. You know, these are the only people you know.
So I kind of give him the rundown of what happened, and I'll say,
I have an eye on the serpent.
The serpent is actually returning to the pit, which is where it normally lives.
So we good?
yeah, this is Lord Zataros, the serpent, and he will be assisting us in our quest.
Did he see the
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's best to. I always believe in ripping bandages off as quickly as possible.
He's good?
Okay, let's be clear. Malakai lied. Okay.
Are you guys saying this in common in front of Zardaros?
No. That's why I
He
said
went to the pit.
that's why I said the thing about ripping off the bandages.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Just so it didn't implicate us at all.
Mm-hmm. Liars and murderers.
Well, at least I'm only one of those,
Yeah.
and I
This is a
damn well
dangerous
ain't a
game.
liar.
Wow.
I think we should set up camp. Maybe choose Well, you already have the spells that you'd need for tomorrow, but it would be good for us to all rest.
Whew. This was crazy, bro.
Malakai's gonna get the bad ending.
He is. He's gunning for it, bro.
No, I'm not gunning for it.
You
but
are.
I'm a simple man.
It's like in a Fallout game where you walk
Yeah, I was
into
gonna say it's like
somebody's
New
house
Vegas.
and
I'm
yeah,
literally
they're hostile. You kill them, and then it's like quest failed. You're like,
There's
what?
been a number of times where I've done the right thing, and then there's been a number of times where I've let my old habits live, and he is, whatever. I'm not the same person. A complex guy who's used to getting his way sometimes and forgetting that there are consequences.
It's like in Fallout New Vegas where you play the game, you make all your choices, and the end of the game in the credit scene, it like goes over everything you've done and gives you a recap of what happens, and the narrator just roasts you.
Okay, but
They show Ron Perlman absolutely destroying you.
We've also done a lot of good as well.
The courier decided not to help Shady Springs, and they were all enslaved. Whoa, I went through there once, man.
Yeah.
I didn't decide shit.
Okay, are we doing a long rest?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can use magic here.
Oh, yeah, is Orion gonna rest somewhere?
Oh
he coming
yeah,
here?
he's yonder. He can rest like at that little picket of water. So he's
I mean,
30
if he
feet
could
away.
just like put the amulet down while and I'll be
Nah, he
like,
doesn't want to leave it on the ground. That's like a yikes.
okay.
Keeping it safe.
It was said to be fragile.
Yeah.
I was thinking of strategies where I could just be like above, and if there's an emergency, I could drop it. But I was like, nah, shit, it would shatter.
Possibly.
Wrap it up in a towel.
You gotta make an egg drop device, but test it with eggs, and that's how you know. Like once you got an egg drop device that's safe, then you can use it on the amulet.
Well,
Wait.
no, I'm wondering.
Can you hold a dash as your action?
That's a good question. I think you can. You should just be able to hold your action for anything in general.
Because if you wanted to, you could, like, stay up there and then, like, dash in with it after somebody's turn
That should be allowed, actually.
and just be, like, really aids.
It's kind of a goaded strategy.
Like, after, fuck.
After
After
Malakai
Malakai-
uses a turn, you would
Yeah.
just have to be. You wouldn't even have to do that if you're after him in the turn order. But yeah.
Well, I was wondering, is Zataris at any point during our long rest is Zataris going to come by so we can talk? Because we would sort of need to know some of the information about.
Zardares can come by.
Okay. Does anybody else here speak Draconic, or will I have to translate?
I speak Draconic.
Okay, perfect.
Alright. So Artoros emerges like whatever the guy's name is from Dark Souls 1. You know the guy. Nobody here's played Dark Souls 1, huh?
Nope.
I have not.
Losers.
Lord
Dark Souls 1. Look at this guy. What the heck is this? Here he is.
Oh, him. Okay.
Yeah,
God.
this guy. Yeah.
That's terrifying!
Yeah.
Also,
Just
Dark Souls 1
sticks
is
his
awesome.
neck out.
Enemy
Hello.
As you are quite knowledgeable about this place, could you tell us a bit about its layout? Are there any things you think that we should know, or what you do know, and we can sort of strategize?
As a being locked to these waters, I cannot tell you of the structure. I can only tell you of the tower and the underground. The underground of which I only see the staircase descending into the depths, and the tower being a place of torment and anguish.
Do you know when they toss the bodies down, or is it kind of sporadic?
Sporadic.
Hmm.
Meals are infrequent
Hmm.
and unpleasant. It is not fitting to devour man.
Ringy.
With this character's death, the thread of the prophecy is severed. Restore save game. That's pretty funny. And accurate.
That's from Morrowind.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to ask anything else?
So if we were to, you said you could help us get to certain levels. What levels are you able to get us to?
While keeping myself anchored in the water, I can get you to the 2nd floor. Though I am uncertain if the doors will open.
Mm-hmm. Well, we can probably help with that part. Do you often see, you say that people are not thrown down here with regularity, correct?
Correct.
But from where you are you able to hear the movement of the people above?
No, no such thing. But we can hear and smell when they are dropped. It is not often that they give us men to feed. Should they ensure that we have not eaten for days, for they need us to devour them to ensure they do not escape. They will never feed us a man when they have fed us a good meal the day before.
I wonder, Lord Zatarain, what is it that you would crave to eat, if not man?
Fish.
Fish.
Yes.
And there are no fish in this cave.
This cavern is devoid of life. The drakes patrol, and strange four-legged creatures of all kind are thrown in. But there is nothing that I would eat of my own liking.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna make that one of my things to try and restore, like, fish life to this place. Working on my penance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's our strategy? Just us as a team. What do we think? Should we go to where those doors are and try opening them?
Wait, so the only way up is through the middle, right? Or have we... Actually, we haven't seen the outside.
Are you asking Zartaros?
What?
Are you asking Zartaros or?
Just kind of talking to Plop itself.
Okay.
It's so loud.
That is, yeah, I was gonna say.
Gosh.
I suppose we can just go up the middle, see what happens.
Yes.
Why not?
I was more questioning which level do we think there'll be soldiers at?
Oh,
Well, I
have no
imagine
idea.
the first, because if there's intruders, they'd expect them to come from ground level.
That's a fair assessment. So I think if he takes us up to the level where there are doors that he's seen, that will give us more time to at least search prisoners.
Yeah, all I saw in the middle of the tower was just the inside bit and doors leading into it. I don't know what's through those
Yeah.
doors.
We may have to worry about staff as well.
Mm-hmm. Thus far, we are still able to cast magic, or there is magic, so we will have to watch out for that. But on the other hand, with the amulet, if they are depending on magic, we can shut them down effectively as well. So it depends. Do we want to take it with us as we go, or?
I think it is very valuable to have.
Hmm.
I mean, where would we leave it otherwise?
Actually, having Orion carry it might be perfect because at this point, everyone's seen that he can walk on walls, so climbing won't be an issue for him.
Is Ryan here?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just over there, like, you heard that right, bud?
Yes, I heard.
Can I fly with wet wings?
Not easily.
Okay.
Are you gonna shake and puff out?
Oh, I could, but we're gonna have to swim over there anyway. We should totally start like a campfire in here and die of smoke inhalation during our long rest, just so I can dry off.
Yeah.
You're a bird. Can't you just like shake it off? You know, do like the bird, like, you know, shuffle.
What?
Well, I mean, I do think we have started a
His knowledge
fire.
of birds is limited. He's an underground man.
I do think we have started a fire at least.
Are we in an enclosed
Have you?
area?
You are in an enclosed area.
I don't think it's a good idea to start that fire, man.
No,
Not
I was
not a good
I
idea.
was kidding.
No, I feel like as long as we're able
No.
to.
We're gonna be here for a long rest.
Noblemen, listen to the people that have a higher survival stat than you. It's not a good
I'm
idea.
already worried about it getting too hot and hard to breathe in here just from us existing here and breathing. A fire consuming oxygen and replacing it with smoke is not a good idea.
It's a really bad idea.
Oh, so this is like just an air pocket. This is like
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not only
sorry.
that, what I haven't described is that the water is above you because this ridge slants down into a little pocket that's like no more than 12 feet tall at the highest. So you're in like the hot pocket of the cave.
We're just like
Hot
cold.
pocket?
Yeah,
Got it.
you know, because hot pockets are like it's like
How
a little
many
isolate.
rations, how many rations should I subtract for this long rest? 1, 2, 3,
Let's
4.
see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2. You can stretch them.
Oh, we gotta feed the snake. No, I'm kidding.
You can get away with using 2 rations. Eating light.
Okay,
How many do you have left?
36.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, we have a ton.
Yeah, I moved everything that's like party stuff into the bag of holding.
Means Dweeby just had to sit in there with a bunch of meat and nuts.
Yeah, I'm
Hello?
used to it at this point.
We're gonna own it one time. It's just gonna be him left. A fat dwarf.
I like this is funny.
I mean, Dweeby Weeby is a meat bag and he is nuts, so
Yeah.
Do we get a full thing?
For long rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sick.
All right, and that means
wow,
8 hours.
I can't wait to get back all of my nothing. Because I'm a rogue and I could go days without sleep if it weren't for exhaustion.
Well, for the full 8 hours, it's gonna be about 12 p.m. when you all wake up.
At some point during that time, could I have tried to do like I said, I want to establish a routine of contacting key people each
Right.
so I'll probably take about it take 10 minutes, so at least 1 hour just contacting like 6 different people I'm going to contact. So this is going to be like every day I do this.
Yep.
Those on the boat, so that's 1. I'm going to contact the guy who I put in charge of the shop of my new hotel. I'm going to contact Drya, Malik, my mother. I need 1 more person. Is there somebody else that we met who I can't remember?
You should definitely
Osnek.
contact Cagliari again.
Don't
Osnick.
do that.
Yes, let me contact Osnick.
You haven't talked to Osnek in a while.
I don't. I remember the name. I remember how it's spelled. Oh, it's Oz, the Wizard of
The
Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
Is he
Way
alive?
back. Dude,
That's a great
ask him about
question.
Coruscare, please.
Yeah, you got a lot to do.
So, because this is going to be something that I do every long rest, I'm pretty much going to be like, you know the drill. I can't talk for long. Please give me updates. The party is doing well.
Yeah, but for the first one, you gotta like.
Establish a message, and then
for Osnick.
Okay.
you
So
go
for Oz,
hand
Who you starting
So-
with?
Let me start with Oz.
Okay.
Now, in fairness, Oz is a sorcerer of Mayhem, correct?
Yeah, he knows what's up.
So he recognizes my. Okay, so Oz, the party, and I, we're closing in on the Lucerne Asylum. I cannot talk for long. I will be messaging you daily for brief updates.
What time is it? Yeah, it's like 12. Okay, cool. All right, Oz
Well,
says.
Is this before the end of the long rest or after?
That's your call. If it's
I was thinking
if
you do it
it's
at the start of the long rest.
at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
4
Oh,
a.m.
okay. Well, you said like it could get somebody's and they can answer it later, right? Is that what you said or no?
That's
Okay.
sending.
Okay, so let me
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
it is sending.
This is sending.
Yeah, but they have to actually consciously hear it if they're asleep.
Aren't you doing it as a ritual anyway?
Is
I
doing
am.
the ritual.
So then what does it matter?
Okay, I'll just get up early and do it. Yeah, no problem.
That's the better idea because if they're unconscious, then.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure.
All right. So it's like 11 a.m. You wake up. You contact Oz. You give him that message?
Yes.
Good to hear. Coruscare has been leveled. There are survivors, but damage is severe. We need what they call gunpowder. There is yet hope. Godspeed.
Leveled. Shit.
Yeah, you guys haven't been there. Crazy stuff.
There's just gonna be a single pristine magic cloak blown in the wind.
I have a question again. What day and time is this?
Monday,
30 Monday. What?
July 12th at 11 a.m.
We don't know that. Because
Oh.
of Feywild shenanigans.
True.
So okay.
We don't actually know. Well, no, Vesper does because he tracked the moon cycle. You guys got back a few days later. You
Yeah.
saw the moon and you went, it's a few phases ahead. It's probably Monday
You
night.
didn't give me an
Monday night.
exact day. You just said it's a couple days later.
I'm giving you an exact. Well, okay, that's true. You only know it's a couple days later.
It's
okay.
up to you.
Yeah, you don't know the exact day, but
What if he said it's Monday? By the way, it's Monday.
he didn't though.
Osnick.
So he didn't.
Okay.
Oz counted his words. He knows
Yeah.
what's up.
With the all
I mean
25.
that was a whole 5 words. By the way, it's Monday. I mean you would lose some valuable information there.
Okay.
You can
So
contact him again, but
Hey, nice talking to you. By
No,
the
I
way,
can't do
it's
that.
Monday.
I
I'm
could
doing
do it.
fine. How are you guys doing? By the way, Coruscare is.
well, that would just be an extra 10 minutes, like
it
another.
would be an extra 10 minutes, which you can do.
So-
Like
Which is fine. So I'm just gonna follow up. That's terrible to hear. That's terrible to hear. We will help as soon as we can. By the way, what date is it?
Monday. Your help would be greatly appreciated. Dr. Cobble has big plans.
Sorry, I meant what date.
Monday, July, whatever, 12th, I said?
Yes, there you go.
Monday, July 12th. Your help would be appreciated. Dr. Cobble has big plans. but not much to make them happen. Time will tell. Godspeed.
The always sign off in Godspeed.
Okay. Do I need to establish something with my mother, even though I've been reaching out to her pretty recently or regularly?
That's different. I'm talking like the new people.
So it's basically like, hey, calling for updates.
Xerxes is stressed. I'm locked down. The palace is on full alert. So do with that as you will. Love,
Okay.
Mother.
Oh. Okay. Gotcha. What do we hear from Malik?
Men are on standby. Men are on standby. Should you need anything, we are ready.
I don't know if I should talk to Dryad. Our guys on the ship.
All right,
Bill
now you gotta give me the pretense for talking to them, because I gotta be clued in here.
Bill Richardson.
You're gonna talk to Bill?
No, well, I mean, okay, no. Who was our guy?
You talked to Crenshaw.
Oh, ship
Crenshaw.
crew.
Yeah. Yeah, our people.
So
We got Bill, we got
I
Crenshaw,
did message
we got
Crenshaw last time,
we
Glarg
did.
and Marsh.
but I guess I'm going to tell him a similar thing.
Reach
Crenshaw,
out to my man Glarg.
Crenshaw, I will be contacting you daily for updates. I trust all is well with you. We are doing as best as we can currently.
Things are okay. Königsberg is weird. Our senior has been questioned. Nothing bad so far, but there are some deals going down with the mayor.
Yeah, that guy's an idiot.
All right. You can give me anybody else you think has relevant information. If not, then it's just like, hi, how are you? Then we can skip those.
Well, who else would you? How many people did you contact? Was that
I
four?
did say 6.
Raya.
So you contacted Osnek, your mom,
Osnek. Malik.
Malik, and Crenshaw. So that's 4.
I think we said Drya, and there was one other person. Gosh, who was that other person? I don't know.
Anyone else?
I think that was it. I think the
Oh,
last one.
the guy who's running my hotel.
That's right.
All right, now you need the pretense for this one because he's not ready for whatever's about to happen.
Hello, manager. I am contacting you, and I will be contacting you daily. I trust all is going well with business. I expect a daily update and report. Trusting all is well with you, Malakai de Lumiere.
You've got magic! What the bloody hell? What have I signed up for? Things are fine, sir. Business is okay. Profits are not up yet.
I haven't been counting. But he says something like that, and he doesn't know there's a limit, so he just talks, and then at some point it just gets cut off.
It just cuts off.
Yeah,
Okay.
it just goes,
Profits are up. I've been trying to.
and that's it.
He's trying new recipes in the kitchen, and he thinks the guests will like it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, and finally, I guess Drya.
All right.
Oh, finally, I guess my wife.
Political wife.
I guess mine would be more.
Hey babe, send nudes.
God damn it.
It's going to be more of, my darling, I trust all is well with you. This will be a daily communication between us to ensure that all is well. I need to ascertain your well-being, of course, and that so you can provide me with any updates as well.
Is that 25?
I think it's less.
Okay. All is well. I hope the same for you. I stand ready, as does Malik. I have returned to the Feywild for now. I look for my kin.
She doesn't get kidnapped by a crow. Okay.
Excuse me, he was a raven?
He was a raven.
Yes.
He is the raven.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna relay all of this to everyone. I'm like, we have one problem at a time, but this is our daily update.
Level, do you say?
And if you forget to do this for a day, you're gonna freak out a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I want to make it a routine that I just do. So
You better write this down.
I did. I wrote down everything from
Mhm.
daily update on this date. Okay. Cool. Very good.
Do that in a digital document. Can you send that to me? I'm not writing it down.
Huh?
Is that
Okay,
in a digital document, like a Google Doc? Send it to me.
Okay.
Or invite me.
My notes pad.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Oof. Wow, this is wacky.
Well, I mean, we don't probably don't need to count words that intensely because Malachi has 10 minutes to plan each of these, and if we let him plan each message for 10 minutes in real life, we're gonna be there for an hour.
This is like a prep your message before the session. Same for me. Like, give me your exact wording for the message, and then I'll have the message you receive pre-made.
So I can send them to you before session.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Bazinga.
Yep. Now what?
Let's get down to business.
We're going?
Okay.
So.
Yeah. I'm really thinking about letting Umbra stay here.
I'm thinking about how
Okay.
much more we want to do since Nick isn't here.
Yeah, this is pretty penultimate going in here.
Yeah,
Actually,
like once you're in, you're in. It's dungeon crawl time.
I was gonna say.
So, yeah.
That's like real legit combat.
It could be anything. It's on the fly decisions. It's a lot of micro for me. But this is like
we can
right
send Roger on
before
like a
it.
stealth run.
Yeah, you could do anything.
Let's just get some dynamite and blow up the whole tower. And stop worrying about it.
Just kill Julia.
Oh, Julia? Why would we kill her? She's right there.
I mean, whatever her name is.
Floppletub says this out loud.
You mean my sister, Floppletub?
Oh yeah, that.
He's talking in his sleep. Let's just kill Julia. Sorry, I mean Malakai's sister.
As if it's any better. Oh my gosh. Oh man. All right. Wow.
Should we just stay up and tell ghost stories then?
Yo, we can stay up until we could do something crazy. We could have in-character conversations.
Ooh.
Role playing in my role playing game.
Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't that be wild? Man.
Hi, my name was Bloppletop. I was born a month ago.
All right, it's not AA, John.
I'd be like, Floppletub, why are you telling us this? We know this.
Sinners Anonymous.
I didn't really know this. I still don't know what his deal is really. I'm just picking up just context.
Oh yeah.
I like how Bobbletop became a different person, and like people were like, "Oh,
yeah.
what do you mean?n?" And that's it. They dropped
Yeah,
it.
this is our D&D group. Okay, they don't like. Listen, it's
You want me to push into that? You want me to ask?
y'all can do whatever you want, but yeah.
If I pull that thread, is it going to be attached to anything?
I don't know.
The thread.
There's only one way to find out.
Well, the character that knew him before is dead, so I can't. Someone else speak up.
Nick isn't here.
Well, you can be like curious, ask him what's up, Like, hey, what's your deal, Bobbletop? Where are you from? Something.
Pretty
break
sure
the
I've
ice.
asked your deal at least twice and gotten like
Nothing.
non-committal answers. I'm pretty sure I've been like, wait, did he just say he was born a month ago and nobody said anything?
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just curious about the fact that he's an Azamar, but he looks nothing like me, and nothing like I expect.
Are you
know he's
saying
an
this
Azamar?
out loud? Or is this like a medic?
Well, the fact that we've spoken Celestial, and I think he's able to cast light as well, can he?
Yeah, he's got Celestial Legacy.
I can just cast, like, I can add that as a spell. I don't know if you'd know that.
Hmm.
I don't know if I've ever spoken Celestial.
Yes, we have to the
Yeah, you at least
Yeah,
listen.
I did.
to the unicorn and to something else.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah,
But sometimes, and I hope this doesn't come off offensive. Sometimes your arms, you have crab arms. What's that about?
I clicked my crab arms.
Yes, like right now. How does that work?
Well, I received my blessing from the mighty Lord. Hold on. Gungi Bumba King Blappletup Tultapalip the Destroyer. And he blesses me with the means to do my bidding. Do what I need to do.
Uh-huh.
I feel like last time he said a different name.
No, you didn't. He's always been Boomby, whatever. It's always been that.
Wait, does our
the
memory
Lord's name.
came from what he said, or
No, you specifically remember. At one point, you just called him Blip Blappletup.
Yeah.
And then he started calling him King Blip Blappletup. Then he said, like, Gunky Bomb King. And now there's, like, another name attached. He's definitely changed what he said every time. But as far as Blappletup's concerned, it's like, no, it's always been... It's always been...
What do you mean? That's just his name.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised you don't know about him. You know a lot.
Can I roll insight to see if this guy's fucking with us?
Yeah.
Do I have to roll against that?
No.
I rolled a 28.
That'll be fun.
He's-
Insight.
He's being completely genuine. He is. You can't the DM.
Damn, that is an of wow.
Okay.
Can't believe he's being genuine.
What exactly is he, as Julia points to Blappletup?
Well, he's... Wait, me?
Yeah.
Well, you are whatever that thing was that you just said.
What's under that hood?
I mean, yeah, you can just like see. I mean, just have a face. I don't
can
have a
see
face
that
by
man.
that.
No, it's a
Two-
void.
You got two glowing orbs.
Yeah, those are my eyes.
Where eyes should be.
Just my eyes.
Right, and the rest of it is just
For reference, when he moves his mouth, you can see that like muscles of his jaw are moving, but you can't like see a mouth. Like it's certainly there, but there's no light reflected from his face. It's just a silhouette. Because he
You're
has
saying it looks like he's got a morph suit on.
Yeah, kinda. But he
It's
actually...
like if he painted my face in like Vanta black.
Yes, but he actually has a mouth, but light isn't reflected to the point where it's hard to see depth in his face.
If you saw like my side profile, I have a
you would
nose and a mouth.
see his lips moving.
I can stick my tongue out.
Yep.
Is his tongue pitch black as
Yes.
well?
Yeah.
And you said you were born about a month ago?
I mean, that's all I remember. Did I like hit my head or something?
I wasn't there when they found you, but I don't know. You feel.
So, Dreeby, weren't you there? What happened?
Yeah, we talked about it. You know, you said something about remembering me, but not necessarily why or how. Yeah. Where
Roger, you knew me longer. What do you think?
I was
Yeah,
there.
you hate played another character.
I was there in the beginning. But, things were different. I was a young man then. Really. I was a young man then. And, listen. But are you really ready for this?
For what?
We once called you Moon Dude.
Why?
'Cause you were a moon dude.
Why,
You know-
a moon?
No. You remember, you walked into town, and you said you were a servant of the Moon Lord, and everyone went, whatever. And then the meteor fell, and then you joined us, but you were like the Moon Lord's prophet, and then you fell down a hole and died. But you don't remember. Yeah, you don't remember any of that, because when you came back, you didn't remember any of it. But yeah,
we
you
fought
died.
the Moon Lord. I never worshipped him.
No, you did, but that was before you died.
That was version 2.6.
Well, I didn't die if I came back, right? Like, I'm here. I'm not dead.
Pretty sure you died.
Umbra kind of just crawls over to Bloppletop like he understands what it means to get back to life.
So Grouger now begins explaining. Grouger goes, let me lay down the situation. All right. We're in a cavern. We spent like half an hour trying to find like a switch in this cavern for like some secret passage. And it was annoying because it was really unclear what was happening because the DM didn't really know what he was doing. But anyway. So anyway, we finally get through this hallway. This is Grouger speaking, just to clarify. Finally get through this hallway. And then it's just a big, straight hallway in a cavern. It's all rock walls. And then there's a drawbridge. We didn't know it was a drawbridge at the time. So you walked under the drawbridge. The drawbridge immediately fell. You dropped like 400 feet into a lake. We didn't know it was a lake at the time. We couldn't even see you. I think you were caught in webs. We threw down a torch to try to see you, and then the webs caught on fire. It was a lot. Long story short, we hiked it back because we couldn't follow you down the 400-foot pit, and when we went down to the Underdark, which is where you were, we saw your blue robes and a stain of blood because you were eaten by piranhas. Then we went, dang. And then we moved on. And then you came back, and you didn't remember any of us.
Sounds like a different guy then.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Well, you didn't see my body, did you? Maybe I got bit, walked away.
Dude, there was blood all over the place. Like, copious amounts of blood.
I have a lot of blood in here.
Grouger is hesitant, suspicious. Alright, he goes...
Why did I come back?
I don't know, I don't make the rules.
So, does this mean you change and you're unaware of your changes?
I don't know.
That's what I figured you'd say.
I guess if I'm unaware, then I'm unaware, but this is how I've always been.
I wonder what determines those changes.
The fish people.
Who said
I
that?
don't know. Probably like, the
Grouger said that.
Umbra, you can speak?
No. Alright, this is this is where Gradger spills the beans. I'm gonna have to make Nick watch this because now I'm just like saying things. I hate this so much, but I'm like I might as well.
His eyes are glowing. He's
Guess
just been
what?
possessed.
No, you know what else is funny? When Gradger was the one following and seeing Bloptop's transformation, that was also me playing as Gradger. So I'm just like adding things to his character. This is why I don't like playing other people's characters, because I'm just like adding lore that's like, well, this happened, Nick, deal with it. But fine, whatever. Since that was me playing Groucher anyway, I'm the one that remembers it, so I'll say it. I'll say, Groucher says, when we were following you, me and this, I don't know, this loser guy that was like Quincy, and he called himself a hero and he's an archer or whatever, he sucked. But we followed you when the fish people literally abducted you in Halput. And they did this weird ritual, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see any of it, but Quincy saw it. Now, if his word is to be trusted, he said you basically transformed, rose into the air, and then called yourself Bloppletup. Before that, you were Moon Dude. So, think about that.
Kuatoa?
Yeah.
Can we do like a history of our religion check or something?
I
Wait, no.
mean,
I think I would already know.
Malakai, you know what's up. You know that this is what it is.
They're just fish people. They
Yeah.
fish. They are fish.
Yes, but not only are they fish people, they are. There is power in their collective belief.
Do you remember when we were in a mine shaft and we dropped into a village of Kuatoa?
Do I remember that? Was that
Yes.
after?
Yeah, that was after you died, so you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Do you remember when they gave you a bunch of powers? Like right after that. And they called you like their prophet.
Yeah, I
You
thought
wouldn't, right?
that was
'Cause
a little.
that
wait,
would
would I?
be.
You would, but your memory is warped because you still see yourself as Bloppletup in that moment.
What about? Wait, what was the memory he gave up then?
The memory
Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
That was right after the lake. Right after I fell in.
Oh,
So, like, I don't remember meeting you guys. I just know you
Yeah.
guys.
Yes. He
I
doesn't
don't remember.
remember
I don't remember re-meeting you.
He doesn't remember the first moments of his existence where he woke up from the lake, walked out of it, walked his way onto the arch bridge and saw you guys and went, "Behold, I am the prophet of the Moonlord." He doesn't remember any of that.
oh.
First words were, "Behold, I am the prophet of the Moonlord."
That was
He's like,
something-
I don't think I ever worshipped the Moonlord.
That was something like that, yeah.
So I do remember them doing something to me.
The Kuatoa, yeah, you remember they like...
Yeah, that was way later.
Did a thing, yeah. 'Cause that wasn't Halput.
No. In the tunnels
Yeah,
underground.
yeah.
Yeah, that vaguely. I thought you just did like a spell on me. A spell on me.
Well, I'm no magic man, but... Roger, stop talking.
Are you saying these fish people like made me better? They just do that?
I think you may be shifting as their understanding of their god shifts, or at least their rumors about their god shift, their beliefs about him, which could be incredibly empowering for you the more they believe he's powerful. But what happens if they believe that he has begun to wane? Do you also begin to weaken?
This is really weird. They just what they think. I. That's what they do to me.
Yes, I believe that's what this is.
I feel like we should be using that.
Would you like me to add them to my daily sendings and tell them great things about?
No. Don't talk to them.
What? I feel like it would be a
Unless,
good
like,
idea.
You think so?
I mean, like, we don't have to tell them the truth. What if we just tell them, like, he's, I don't know.
A god.
Yeah, what would we say? Like he's 7 feet tall and see what happens. I mean, if you start becoming 7 feet tall, then we can go further.
What if it doesn't work?
Yeah, there's nothing that says that they'll believe us, though.
Well, it would also take time. It's more of a collective thing. We could send it to one single Kuatoa, and they would have to then pass that on to the others.
Yeah, but you have to remember the name of a Kuatoa.
Just say anything with like a
No, you met specific characters.
Scribblub.
No, there's no one of that name in my world.
Do I remember
I have
the name
names.
of an important Kuatoa with a 17 history check?
Indub.
Indubab.
He said it. He said it before I did. Look at that. Indubab. I don't remember Indubab. Indubab was the wayward Kuatoa that was in Namir after he left Halput because there wasn't any food. No fish to fish by.
There has been Dubus and
There was Bindubus.
is it
Mhm.
Letus?
Letus is another one, yes. Oh, wow, I'm so proud.
Two
You
the two
guys.
types were the Badugi and the Salugi.
That is also correct because that's the piranhas and the salmon variants.
Look at this guy.
Look, this guy took notes. Badugi and Salugi.
Gosh darn.
Yeah, it's a shame I took such great notes and now they're all just
With the dead character.
yeah.
Yeah.
Were they not in her bag?
He
I
had a
don't-
notebook that.
I mean, I guess she could have been taking notes, but it was more I was taking notes.
Wasn't she like Pact of Tome?
Briefly, and then I changed to Hexblade.
Okay.
She had a lot of phases.
Yeah, because I kept losing my levels. I'd go in a different direction and I'd lose my levels again.
Yeah.
If you want to try that, Malakai, but if things go south, it's your fault.
Perhaps after we get through this, I don't think this is a brave time to experiment with this.
It's a crazy idea, though. Y'all could end up with a beefcake of a cleric.
What if they prank me? He's like, oh man, Blobbletop, it's so weird. He's like a little guy now. He's so weak. Oh, he failed us all. Just because I like said something wrong to Malakai.
Oh my god.
Man, I don't know what's up with him, but he's got this stench.
Smell him from a mile.
Oh man, you could yeah. Persuasion rolls, deception rolls.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Perhaps if I do sendings to them and say, you are now the prophet of...
Ooh, the prophet of the crab god. Dude, I've heard of him. They said he was something like, 3'2" and like terrified of fire.
Oh, yeah. I'm just imagining this could go so many ways. You could end up with like a level 10 beefcake cleric or like a scrappy dingle.
Really fuck him over.
Yeah. All right. Very cool.
I will file that away in my note.
Definitely file that away for later. All right.
Oh, you said he was super fast, like some weird statement, like movement speed of 75 or something.
You can do that.
What if I said he was immune to enchantments that nullify magic?
You can do that. You can do all of this. You just have to roll well enough.
He
The
was
more-
trapped in an anti-magic field and he didn't even care. He got out of it.
The more
He casted.
the only qualifier is that the more outlandish the request, the harder the roll is. I'd probably make
Okay.
you roll D100s.
I've got a -3 for persuasion.
I'd make you roll D100s and add your persuasion modifier.
Maybe like 67 plus 2.
What can be the
Yeah.
difference? It can be the difference between succeeding or failing.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
69.
wait, My persuasion,
Oh, you're
my
right.
persuasion's not too bad. So.
Yeah. That's a crazy idea. That's gonna
Yeah,
be
little
wicked.
little Mr. Deceiver over here.
Yeah. I didn't murder your son. It was the wind.
I
He was
never
dead
said-
when I found him.
Found
I
him.
never
Must have
said
been the
that.
wind.
I said we found his body.
You found him and turned him into a body.
Yes, but in turn, we did find his body. I didn't say if it was alive or dead. We found his body.
Lies by omission.
Guy's not going to D&D heaven.
He's not going to do. No, he's in.
He's gonna go in the wall.
Specifically, these are the people who do get to D&D.
He's going to the wall.
The D&D guys are like, did you use your stats well? Yes.
The wall of the faithless.
Ugh. Well, we can call it there. Should we call it there?
We can call it there.
Think we
Because
can-
I don't think in character we should be talking about Lord Sartorus' son.
No, probably
right there.
not. No, not a good idea. Oh,
What is
man.
that?
All right, well, we'll leave that where it is. Let's all ignore that image for now until I end the recording. And that was session 38. Join us next time when we actually get into the asylum. We're probably 2 sessions away from ending.
You're
Goodbye.
funny. Let's go to the asylum next session. Nah.
It's gonna happen. All right,
Yeah,
bye-bye.
actually, hey, you guys, I think we should go back to town.
No, I'm ending the recording.
Honestly, here's